Hi everyone, welcome, and thank you for coming out and supporting the arts. I directed this one here. I want to say that for tonight's performance, we have J.P. Mason for the role of Howard and Stanley, so hooray, glad to have him on board. Please silence your phones. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you to throw them out, but you know, you can just silence them, I'd appreciate that. There will be one 15-minute intermission. So we invite you to come out and enjoy concessions and give us money. One thing we would really like to thank the Ponca City Tourism for helping sponsor the season. We very much appreciate that. Next shows we have coming up here will be Rumors, directed by Christopher Radford James. Then we have Shawshank Redemption, directed by Sam Stewart. She'll be in our show tonight. The Revolutionists, directed by Emily Rose Parman. And then in the summer, we'll finish with The Producers, directed by Chad Anderson. You will notice in your programs, there's a blue piece of paper that has a bunch of names and titles and whatnot. If you want to vote for your favorite actor or design element, whatnot, at the end of the year, we have an award ceremony called the Rigatonies. And in that, like, maybe at the end of the year, whoever you vote for could win an award. Anyway, thank you for coming out, and please enjoy the show.
Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams all in a jar, and be better off you are?
I came back.
Why? What happened? Did something happen, Willie?
No, nothing happened.
You didn't crash the car again, did
They
you?
said nothing happened. Did you hear me?
Don't you feel well?
I'm tired to death. Couldn't make it. Just couldn't make it.
Where have you been all day? You look terrible.
I got as far as a little above Yonkers. I stopped for a cup of coffee. Maybe it was the coffee.
What?
I suddenly couldn't drive anymore. The car kept going off onto the shoulder, you know?
Well, maybe it's the steering again. I don't think Angelo knows the Studebaker.
No, it's me. It's me. Suddenly I'm going 60 miles an hour. I don't remember the last 5 minutes. I can't seem to keep my mind to it.
Maybe it's your glasses. You never went for your new glasses.
I see everything. I came back 10 miles an hour, you understand? It took me nearly 4 hours from Yonkers.
There's nothing for it, Willie. You'll just have to take a rest. You can't continue on like this.
But I just got back from Florida.
But you didn't rest your mind. Your mind is overactive, and the mind is what counts, dear.
I'll start out in the morning. Maybe I'll feel better. This goddamn arch support's killing me.
Here. You should take an aspirin. Should I bring you an aspirin? It'll soothe
I
you.
was driving along, you understand? I was even observing the scenery. You can imagine me looking at scenery on the road every week of my life. It's just so beautiful up there, isn't it? The trees were thick, the sun is warm. I even opened up the windshield, just let the warm air wash over me. And then all of a sudden I'm going off the road. I'm telling you, I absolutely forgot I was driving. If I went the other way over the white line, I might have killed somebody. So I went on again for 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, I'm dreaming again. And I had such thoughts, Linda, such strange thoughts.
Willie, darling, talk to them again. There is no reason why you can't work in New York.
I'm not needed in New York. I'm the New England man. I am vital in New England.
But Willie, you're 60 years old, dear. They can't expect you to keep traveling every week.
I've got to see the wire in Portland. I'm supposed to shop around in horse in line. God damn it, I can sell them.
Willie, why don't you go down to the place tomorrow and tell them you simply have to work in New York? You're too accommodating, dear.
Old Frank Wagner was still alive. I'd be in charge of New York by now. That man was a prince. He was a masterful man. Not like that son of his, that Howard. He don't appreciate. When I went north the first time to New England, the Wagner Company didn't even know where it was.
Willie, darling, why don't you tell Howard those things?
I will. I definitely. Is there any cheese?
I'll make you a sandwich.
No. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. I'll take some milk. I'll be right up. Are the boys in?
They're sleeping. Happy took Biff on a date tonight.
Is that so?
Yes. Oh, it was so wonderful seeing them getting together, getting ready in the bathroom, one behind the other in the mirror, and going out together, and the whole house smells like shaving lotion.
Figure it out. You work a lifetime to pay off a house. You finally own it, but there's nobody to live in it.
Well, dear, life is a casting off. It's always been that way.
No. Some people accomplish something. Did Biff say anything when I went this morning?
Oh, you shouldn't have criticized him, Willie. Especially right after he got off the train. mustn't lose your temper with him.
When the hell did I lose my temper? I simply asked him if he was making any money. Is that a criticism?
But, dear, how could he make any money?
There's such an undercurrent in him. He became a moody man. Did he apologize when I left this morning?
He was crestfallen, Willie. You know how he admires you. I think that if he finds himself, you'll both be much happier and not fight anymore.
But how can he find himself on a farm? Is that any sort of a life, a farmhand? In the beginning, I thought, what the hell? It's good for him to tramp around while he's young and take a lot of different jobs, but it's been nearly 10 years now. He's yet to make $35 a week.
He's finding himself.
Not finding yourself at the age of 34 is a disgrace. The trouble is he's lazy, goddammit. Biff's a lazy bum!
They'll hear you. Now, go and get something to eat. Go on now.
What brought him home? I would like to know what brought him home.
I don't know, dear. I think he's still lost. Really, I think he's very lost.
Biff Loman is lost in the greatest country in this world? A man with such personal attractiveness gets lost? He's such a hard worker. That's one thing about Biff. He's not lazy.
No, never.
I'll see him in the morning. I'll have a nice talk with him. I'll get him a job selling. He'll be big in no time. Do you remember the way they used to follow him around in high school? He'd smile at one of them and their faces lit up as he walked down the street.
Willie, dear, I bought a new kind of American type cheese today. It's whipped.
Why did we buy American when you know I like Swiss?
Well, I thought you'd like a change.
Well, I don't want to change. I want Swiss cheese. Why am I always being contradicted?
I thought it would be a surprise.
Why don't you open a window in this house, for God's sake?
They're all open, dear.
The way they boxed us in here. Bricks and windows, bricks.
We should have bought the land across the street.
The street is lined with cars. There's not a breath of fresh air in the neighborhood. Grass don't grow anymore. You can't raise a carrot in the backyard. They should have had a law against apartment houses. You remember those two beautiful elms that used to stand out there when Biff and I hung that swing between them?
Yeah. It was like being a million miles from the city.
They should have arrested that builder for cutting those down. More and more, I think of those days, Linda. This time of year, it was all lilac and wisteria, and the peonies would come out, and the daffodils. Oh, the fragrance in this room.
Well, after all, people had to move somewhere.
No, there's more people now.
Oh, I don't think there's more people. I
There's
think
more people. That's what's ruining this country. Population's out of control. The competition is maddening. Hell, smell the stink from that apartment house. And then another one on the other side. How can they whip cheese?
Go on now and try it, and be quiet.
You're not worried about me, are you, sweetheart?
Oh, no. You've got far too much on the ball to ever worry about.
You're my foundation and my support.
Just try to relax. You make mountains out of molehills.
Oh, hell. I won't fight with him anymore. If he wants to go back to Texas, let him go.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, sure. Certain men just don't get started until later in life. Like Thomas Edison, I think, or B.F. Goodrich. One of them was deaf. I'll put my money on Bill. Thomas back.
Oh, and Willie, if it's warm on Sunday, We'll drive in the country. We'll open the windshield, and we'll take lunch.
But the windshields, they don't open on the new cars.
But you did today.
Me? Well, I didn't. Isn't that peculiar? Isn't that remarkable?
What, darling?
That really is the most remarkable thing.
What, dear?
That Chevy, 1928, when I had that red Chevy. Isn't that funny? I could have sworn I was driving that Chevy today.
Well, that's nothing. Something must have reminded you of it, that's all.
Mark, do you remember the way Biff used to simonize that car? The buyer refused to believe that there was 80,000 miles on it. Go on, I'll close your eyes.
Jesus, maybe he smashed up the car again.
I'll take these in for you. Leave them out in the rain. Be careful on the stairs. Oh, the cheese is on the middle shelf.
He's gonna get his license taken away if he keeps that up. No, I'm getting nervous about it, Biff.
His eyes are going.
No, I've driven with him. He sees fine. He just doesn't keep his mind on it, that's all. I drove into the city with him last week. He stops at a green light and it turns red and he goes.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Who, Pop? Why, he's got the finest eye for color in the business. You know that.
I'm going to sleep.
Hey, you're not so sour on Dad, are you, Biff?
He's all right, I guess.
Yes, sir, 80,000 miles. 82,000.
Smoking?
You want one?
I can never sleep when I smell it.
What a simonizing job, huh?
Oh, funny, Biff, you know? Us sleeping in here again? The old beds. All the talk that went across those two beds, huh? Our whole lives.
Yeah, our dreams and plans.
About 500 women would like to know what was said in this very room.
Hey, you remember Big Betsy something? What was her name? She lived over on Bushwick Avenue?
Oh, with the collie dog?
That's the one.
Jeez.
You remember I got you in there?
Oh, yeah. That was my first time. I think. Boy, there was a pig. And you taught me everything I know about women, Biff. Don't you forget that.
I bet you forgot how bashful you used to be, especially with the girls.
Oh, I still am, Biff.
Go on.
Yeah, I just control it, that's all. You know, I think I got less bashful and you got more so. Now, what happened, Biff? Where's the old humor? The old confidence? What's the matter?
Why does Dad mock me all the time?
He's not mocking you. He's just...
Everything I say, there's a twist of mockery on his face. I can't get near him.
He just wants you to make good, that's all. You know, I wanted to talk to you about Dad for a while, but if something's happening, he talks to himself.
Well, I noticed that this morning, but he always mumbled.
Yeah, but not so noticeable. I mean, it got so embarrassing, I sat on the floor to him. Did you know something? Most of the time, he's talking to you.
What's he say about me?
I can't make it out.
What's he say about me?
I think the fact that you're not settled, that you're still kind of up in the air.
There's one or two other things bothering him happen.
But what do you mean?
Never mind, just don't lay it all to me.
No, but I think if you just got started, I mean, is there any future out there for you?
I tell you, I don't know what the future is. What am I supposed to want?
What do you mean?
For 6 or 7 years after high school, I started working myself out. Shipping clerk, salesman, business of one kind or another. That's a measly manner of existence. To get on the subway on a hot morning in summer, to devote your whole life to keeping stock or making phone calls or buying or selling, to suffer 50 weeks out of the year for a 2-week vacation. All you really desire is to be outdoors with your shirt on. And all to get ahead of the next stuff. I'll tell you a little future.
Well, you really enjoyed it on a farm? I mean, are you content out there?
I've had 20 or 30 different kinds of jobs since I left home before the war. It's always the same. In Nebraska, when I herded cattle, the Dakotas, Arizona, now in Texas. That's why I came home now, I guess. I realized it. You know, on this farm I work on, they've got 15 new colts. There's nothing more inspiring or beautiful than a mare and her new colt. It's cool there now. It's spring in Texas. And whenever spring comes, so wherever I am, suddenly I get the feeling I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell am I doing playing around with horses for $28 a week? I'm 34 years old. I ought to be out there making my future. And then I come running back home. And I get here, and I realize I don't know what I'm doing. I've always made it a point not to waste my life. And I get back here and I realize all I've done is to waste my life.
You're a poet, you know that, Biff? You're an idealist.
No. I'm mixed up very bad. Maybe I ought to get married. Maybe I ought to get stuck into something. Maybe that's the trouble. I'm like a boy. I'm not married. I'm not in any kind of business. I'm like a boy. Are you content? You're a success, aren't you? Are you content?
Me? Hell no.
Why are you making money, aren't you?
All I can do now is to wait for the merchandise manager to die. And suppose I get to be merchandise manager. He just built a terrific estate on Long Island. Lived there 2 months and then he sold it. Now he's building another one, and he's not going to be able to enjoy that once it's finished. And I know that's just exactly what I would do. I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm working for sometimes. Sometimes I sit in my apartment all alone, and I think of the rent I'm paying, and it's crazy. Then it's what I always wanted. My own apartment, a car, and plenty of women. And still, man, I'm lonely.
Why don't you come out west with me, huh?
You and I, huh?
Sure. We could buy a ranch, work with our muscles. You know, men built like we are should be working out in the open.
The Loman brothers, huh?
Sure. We'd be known all over the counties.
Oh, that's what I dream about, Biff. I mean, sometimes I just want to rip my clothes off and outbox that goddamn merchandise manager. I mean, I can outbox, outrun, and outlift anybody in that store, and I have to take orders from those common petty sons of bitches till I can't stand it anymore.
You know, if you were with me out there, I think I could be happy.
See, Biff, everybody around me is so false that I'm constantly lowering my ideals.
Baby, together we have somebody to stand up for, somebody to trust.
But if I were around you...
That's the problem. We weren't brought up to grub for money. I don't know how to do it.
Well, neither can I.
Well, then let's go.
But the only thing is, what can you make out there?
We'll be your friend. Builds an estate and he hasn't a piece of mind to live in.
Yeah, but whenever he walks into the store, the waves pot in front of him. I mean, that's $52,000 a year coming through the revolving door, and I got more in my pinky than he's got in his head. Now, I gotta show some of those self-important, pompous executives over there that half Loman can make the grade. I want to walk into the store the way that he walks in. And then I'll go with you, Biff. We'll be together yet, I swear. But hey, take those two creatures we had tonight, huh? Now, aren't they gorgeous?
Yeah, the most gorgeous I've ever had.
Oh, I get that anytime I want, Biff. Whenever I feel disgusted. The only thing is, it gets to be like, whoa, you know, I just keep knocking them down until it doesn't mean anything anymore. Hey, you still run around a lot?
Nah, I'd like to find a girl. Steady. Somebody with substance.
That's what I long
Go on. You'd never come home.
for. I would. He's somebody with character, like mine, you know, somebody with resistance. Yeah, you're gonna call me a bastard when I tell you this. That girl Charlotte I was with tonight was engaged to be married in 5 weeks.
No kidding.
Sure. Guys in line for the vice presidency of the store. I don't know what gets into me. Maybe I just have an overdeveloped sense of competition or something. But I went ruined. And furthermore, I can't get rid of her. And that's the third executive I've done that to. How isn't that a crummy characteristic? And to top it all, I go to their weddings. Like I'm not supposed to take bribes. Manufacturers offer me a $100 bill now and then to throw an order their way. But you know how honest I am. It's like this girl, see? And I hate myself for it. Because I don't want the girl. And yet I take it and I love it. What's the matter?
Let's go to sleep.
Guess we didn't really settle anything, huh?
Well, there was just one more thing I wanted to try.
Oh yeah, what's that?
You remember Bill Oliver?
Sure, Oliver's very big now. You want to work for him again?
No. But when I quit, he put his arm around me and he said, Biff, if you ever need anything, come to me.
Hey, I remember that. That sounds good.
So I think I'll go to him because, you know, if I could get $10,000 or even $7,000 or $8,000, I could buy a beautiful ranch.
Well, hey, I bet he backed you because he thought highly of Biff. I mean, they all do. You're well liked, Biff. That's why I say to come back here. We both have the apartment. And I'm telling you, Biff, any babe that you want.
Oh. If I buy a ranch, I can do the work that I love. And I can be somebody. The only thing is, I never knew whether he thought I stole those basketballs.
Oh, he probably forgot that long ago. It's been 10 years. You're too sensitive. Anyways, he didn't really fire you.
No. But I think he was going to. I never really knew whether he knew or not. But he always did like me. I was the only one he let lock up the place.
You gonna watch the engine, Beth?
You hear that? Oh, isn't that terrible?
And Mom's in the house. She's hearing that.
Oh, don't get your sweater dirty, Beth.
You're terrible. Hey, don't leave again, will you? You gotta stick around. I don't know what to do about it. It's getting
What
embarrassing.
a Simonizing job.
She's hearing that. With her in the house.
Oh, no kidding. You got a date, Beth? That's wonderful.
Hey, go on to sleep. Talk to him in the morning, will you?
Oh, that's selfish, stupid.
I wish you two would have a good talk. Hey, let me take the next one.
You guys, you want to be careful with those girls, but don't make any promises. No promises of any kind. Because the girls, they always believe everything that you tell them. You're too young. You're too young to be talking seriously to girls. But you want to watch your schooling first. And well, after that, there'll be plenty of girls for a guy like you. I said so. They paid for you, huh? I was wondering why you polished that car so carefully. Hey, guys, don't forget the hubcaps, boys. Get the Chevy to the hubcaps. Happy, use a newspaper on the windows. It's the easiest thing. Show them how to do it, Biff. That's it. You see, Happy? Pad it up. Use it like a pad. That's it. You're doing okay, Happy. Biff, first thing we gotta do when we get the time, we gotta clip this branch above the house. I'm afraid it's gonna fall in a storm and hit the roof. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get a nice piece of rope, we'll sling it around it, climb up there with a couple of saws and hack it down. And when you guys finish the car, I got a surprise for you boys.
What do you got, Pop?
No, you finish first. Never leave a job until it's finished. You remember that. Biff, up in Albany, I saw this beautiful hammock. I think I'll buy it next trip and we'll sling it between those two elms there. Wouldn't that be something? Just swinging there underneath the branches. Wouldn't that be something?
Hey, how's that, Pop? Professional?
Oh, it's terrific, terrific job, boys. Good work, Biff.
Hey, where's the surprise, Pop?
In the back seat of the car.
Oh, what'd you get for us, Pop?
Ah, it's something I want you to have.
And what is it, Hap?
It's a punching bag!
Gee.
Got a Gene Tutty signature on it.
Hey, how'd you know we wanted a punching bag?
Oh, it's the finest thing for the timing.
Hey, a false weight. Did you notice, Pop?
Oh, jumping rope is good too.
Hey, did you notice my new football?
Say, where'd you get the new ball?
Oh, coach has been telling me I need to practice my passing,
Oh,
so...
so he gave you a ball, huh?
Well, I borrowed it from the locker room.
I want you to return
I
that.
told you he wouldn't like it.
Well, I'll return it.
Sure. Well, he's got to practice with the regulation ball, doesn't he? Coach will probably congratulate you on your initiative.
He's congratulating me on my initiative all the time, Pop.
That's because he likes you. Someone else had taken that ball, there'd be an uproar. So, what's the report, boys? What's the report?
Oh, where you been, Dad? We've been lonesome for you.
Lonesome, huh?
Yeah, we missed you every minute.
Yeah, don't say. Well, tell you a secret, boys, and don't breathe it to a soul now. Someday I'm gonna have my own business and I'll never have to leave home the rest of my life.
Hey, like Uncle Charlie, huh?
Bigger than Uncle Charlie, because Uncle Charlie's not liked. He's liked, but he's not well liked. Well, the first place I went up to was, Providence. I met the mayor there.
The mayor of Providence?
Oh, yeah, he was sitting in the hotel lobby.
What did he say?
Well, he said good morning, and I said, oh, you've got a fine city here, Mr. Mayor. And he had a cup of coffee with me. Then I went up to Waterbury. Waterbury's a fine city, a big clock city, the famous Waterbury clock. Sold a nice bill there. Then on to Boston. Boston's the cradle of the revolution. Fine city. Then up the road to a couple other towns in Mass, Portland and Bangor, and then straight home.
Gee, Pop, you gotta take us with you next time.
This summer, huh?
Hey, promise?
You help and I'll show you all the towns, boys. Because America is full of beautiful towns and fine, upstanding people. And they know me. They know me, boys. I'm known up and down New England. And when I bring you boys along with me, it's just going to be open sesame for all of us. Because one thing I got, boys, I got friends. I can park my car along any street in New England, and the cops protect it like it's their own. This summer, huh?
Yeah.
You bet.
We'll bring our bathing suits.
Hey, we'll carry you back, Pop.
Oh, won't that be something? Me walking into the Boston stores with you boys carrying my bags. What a sensation. So, are you nervous tonight about the game, Biff?
Well, not if you're gonna be there, Pop.
So what do they say about you? Now that they made you captain?
There's a crowd that goes behind him every time the classes change.
Hey, Pop, tonight, I'm gonna break through that line and I'm gonna make a touchdown.
Hey, you're supposed to pass.
Well, I'm taking one for Pop. And when I make that touchdown, I'm gonna take my helmet off, and that's how you're gonna know that touchdown is for you.
Wait till I tell them this in Boston.
Biff, where are you?
Oh.
You're supposed to study with me.
Hey, look at Bernard. What are you looking so anemic about, Bernard?
He's got to study, Uncle Willie. He's got Regents next week.
Hey, let's box, Bernard.
Get out! Listen, Biff, I heard Mr. Birnbaum say that if you don't start studying soon, you're going to flunk math, and they won't graduate you. I heard him.
Yeah, you better go study with him, Biff. Go on now.
Hey, Pop, did you notice my new sneakers?
Oh, say, well, that is a very nice job of printing.
Just because you printed University of Virginia on your sneakers doesn't mean they've got to graduate you.
What are you talking about? With scholarships to 3 universities, you think they're going to flunk him?
But I heard Mr.
Don't be a pest, Bernard. Gee, what an anemic.
I'll be waiting for you at my house, Biff.
Oh, Bernard is not well liked, is he?
Oh, well, he's liked. He's just not well liked.
Yeah.
That's right, Pop.
You see, that's just what I mean. Bernard, he can get the finest marks in school, you understand. But when it comes to the business world, you boys are going to be 5 times ahead of him. That's why I thank Almighty God you're both built like Adonises. Because the man who makes an appearance in the business world, the man who creates personal interest is the man who gets ahead. Be liked, and you shall never want. Take me, for instance. I never have to wait in line to see a buyer. Willie Loman is here. That's all they need to know. I go straight through.
Are you gonna knock him dead, Pop?
Oh, I knocked them cold in Providence. Slaughtered them in Boston.
Boss, wait, did you notice, Pop?
Sweetheart.
How's the Chevy
Oh,
ride?
Chevrolet, Linda, is the greatest car ever built. Since when do you boys let your mother carry laundry down the stairs?
boy.
Hey, where to, Mom?
Hang it on the line. Oh, and you better go check on your friends, Biff. The cellar is full boys. They don't know what to do with themselves.
Hey, when Dad comes home, they can wait.
No, no, you better go tell them what to do, Bill. Go on now.
Maybe I'll have them sweep out the furniture.
Work, Bill.
All right. Hey, boys! Sweep out the furniture room, all right? Hey, George and Frankie and Sam, come out back. We're hanging up the laundry. On the double hat.
The way they obey you.
No, it's the training. The training, I'm telling you. I was selling thousands and thousands, but I just had to come home.
Oh, the whole block will be at that game. Did you sell anything?
Well, I sold 700 gross in Providence, 500 gross in Boston.
No. Wait, I've got a pencil. So, let's see. 700 gross and 500, and that makes your commission 200. Oh my God, $212!
I didn't figure it yet.
What did you do?
Well, I did 180 gross in Providence, and okay, no, it roughly became to 200 gross on the whole trip.
200 gross. All right.
Well, the trouble is, the three of their stores were half closed for inventory in Boston, otherwise I would have broke records.
Well, that's $70 and some pennies. That's very good.
What do we owe?
Well, let's see. On the first, you've got $16 on the refrigerator.
116.
Well, the belt broke again, so it was $1.80.
It's brand new.
Well, it's just the way they are. The man said till they work themselves in, you know.
I hope we didn't get stuck on that machine.
They had the biggest ads of any of them.
Yeah, I know, it's a fine machine. What else?
Well, there's $9.60 on the washing machine, and the roofs. You got $21 remaining on that. And
Don't leak, does it?
Oh no, they did a wonderful job. And you owe Frank for the carburetor.
Oh, I'm not gonna pay that man. Chevrolet Linda, they ought to prohibit the manufacture of that car.
Well, you owe him 3.5. Odds and ends. Makes it about $120 by the 15th.
120. See, Linda, if business don't pick up, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, next week you'll do better.
No, I'm not gonna get it next week. I'll go on to my heart. I'm very well. I've been hard. You know, trouble is, Linda, people just don't seem to take me.
Don't be foolish, Willie.
Now, I know it when I walk in. They seem to laugh at me.
Why? Why would they laugh at you? What are you talking about?
I don't know the reason for it. People just seem to pass me by and not notice.
But you're doing very well. You're bringing in between $70 and $100 a week.
But I gotta be at it 10, 12 hours a day. Other men, I don't know, they do it easier. I don't know the reason for it. Man ought to come in with a few words. That's one thing about Charlie. He's a man of few words, and they respect him.
You don't talk too much. You're just lively.
Well, I think, what the hell, life is short. Come in with a couple of jokes. I joke too much.
Why?
I'm fat. I'm very foolish to look at, Linda. I didn't tell you this, but Christmas time, I was calling on F.H. Stewart's and a salesman I know. As I was going in to see the buyer, I heard him say something about walrus. So I clocked him right across the face. Because I won't take that. I simply will not take that. But they do laugh at me, I know that.
Willie, dear.
I need to overcome it. I know I need to overcome it. I'm not dressed to advantage.
Willie, dear. You're the handsomest man in the world. Oh, to me you are. The handsomest. And the boys, Willie, few men are idolized by their children the way you are.
You're the best there is. You're a pal. You know that, Linda? On the road, on the road, sometimes I just want to grab you and kiss the life out of you. Because I get so lonely, and I get the feeling that I'll never sell anything again, and I won't make a living for you, or a business for our boys. There's just so much I want to make for you.
Me? You didn't make me, Willie. I picked you.
You picked me, huh?
I did. I've been sitting at that desk watching all the salesmen go by day in, day out. But you have such a sense of humor, and I think you're a wonderful man.
Sure. Why do you gotta leave now?
It's 2 o'clock.
No, come on up.
My sister's movie again. When will you be back?
Oh, 2 weeks ago. You gonna come up again?
You do make me laugh. It's good for me.
So you picked me, huh?
Sure. Because you're so sweet and such a kid.
Well, I'll see you the next time I'm in Boston.
I'll put you right through to Tobias.
Right, well, bottoms up.
Really? You kill me. You just kill me. Oh, and thanks for the stockings. I love a lot of stockings. Well, good night.
Good night. And keep your pores open.
Oh, Willie. You are, Willie, the handsomest man. There is no reason to feel
I'll
that
make it up to you.
Oh,
And
there's
I'll make
nothing
it
to make up, darling. You're doing fine. Better than anyone
What are
I
you
know.
doing?
Oh, I'm just mending my stockings. They're so expensive.
We'll not have you mending stockings in this house. Now throw them out.
Where is he? If he doesn't study...
Then you'll give him the answers.
I do, but I can't on Regents. It's a state exam. They're liable to arrest me.
Where is he? I'll whip him.
And he'd better give that football back,
Oh.
Willie. That's not nice.
Viv, where is he? Why is he taking everything?
Oh, he's much too rough with the girls, Willie. All the mothers are afraid of him.
I'll whip him.
He's driving the car without a license.
Shut up!
All the
Viv,
mothers.
Shut up!
Mr. Birnbaum says he's stuck up.
You get out of here!
If he doesn't buckle down, he'll flunk back.
He's right, Willie. You've got
There's
it.
nothing the matter with him! What do you want him to be, a worm like Bernard? He's got spirit, personality. He's loaded with it, loaded! What's he stealing? He's giving it back, isn't he? Why is he stealing? I never in my life told him anything but decent things. Why is he stealing? Why is...
Let's go.
Why does she have to wax the floors by herself? Every time she does, she keels over. She knows it.
Hey, take it easy. What brought you back tonight?
I got an awful scare. I nearly hit a kid at Yonkers. I didn't go with my brother Ben that time to Alaska. That man was a genius. He was success in Connor. He begged me to go.
There's no use in worrying about
You guys. There was a man that started with the clothes on his back and he ended up with diamond mines.
Boy, someday I'd like to know how we did it, huh?
Well, what's the mystery? The man knew what he wanted, he went out and he got it. Goes into the jungle, comes out at the age of 21, and he's rich. The world's an oyster, but you don't crack it open on a mattress.
Pop, I told you I'm gonna retire you for life.
Yeah, you're gonna retire me for life. And you $70 goddamn dollars a week in your apartment and your car and your women, and you're gonna retire me for life? Jesus Christ! I couldn't get past Yonkers today. Where were you guys? Where were you? Well, the woods are burning, boys. I can't drive a car, and now you're telling me.
Right?
Yes.
What's the matter?
I heard a noise. Something happened. We do something about these walls. It seems over here that my house has fly off.
Hey, let's go to bed now.
I'm not tired of the moment.
Take it easy, huh?
don't know how to eat.
I eat with my mouth.
No, you're ignorant. You gotta know about vitamins, things like that.
Come on, let's shoot a little. Tired of you, son.
You got any cards?
Oh, I do. Someplace. Ah. What is it about those vitamins?
Build up your bones. It's chemistry.
Yeah. There's no bones in my heartburn.
What are you talking about? You know the first thing about it.
Don't get insulted.
Don't talk about something that you don't know anything about.
What are you doing home?
Had a little trouble with your car.
Oh. Huh. I'd like to take a trip to California.
So,
You want a job?
I got a job. What the hell are you offering me a job for?
Don't get
Well,
insulted.
don't insult me.
I just don't see no sense in it. You don't have to keep going on this way.
Got a job. Well, what do you keep coming over here for if all you're gonna do
Do
is
you want me to go?
Charlie, I don't understand. He's going back to Texas again. What the hell is that?
Let him go.
I got nothing to give him, Charlie. I'm finished.
He won't starve. None of them starve. Forget about it.
What have I got for you?
Take it too hard. The hell with it. When a deposit bottle's broken, you don't get your nips back.
Good easy for you to say.
That ain't easy for you to say.
Did you see the ceiling I put up in the waiting room?
Yeah. That's a piece of work. Put up a ceiling is a mystery to me. How'd you do it?
What's the difference?
Talk about it.
Why, you gonna put up a ceiling?
How would I put up a ceiling?
What the hell are you bothering me for?
You're insulted again.
A man who does not know how to handle tools is not a man. You're disgusting.
Don't call me disgusting, Lord.
I'm getting awfully tired, man.
Well, good. Keep playing. This is better. Did you call me Ben?
It's funny. Just for a minute there, you reminded me of my brother Ben.
I only have a few minutes.
You never saw him again, huh? Not since that time?
Ben Lindenberg. A couple of weeks ago, we got a letter from his wife in Africa. He died.
What so?
I'll just make a train, William. Got several properties I'm looking at in Alaska.
Maybe you're in for some of his money.
No, he had 7 sons. There's only one opportunity I ever had with that.
This is Brooklyn, eh? Opportunity's tremendous in Alaska. Surprised you're not up there.
Sure. If I'd have went with him that time to Alaska, everything would have been totally different.
Go on. You're frozen to death up there.
What are you talking about?
How are you all?
Oh, sure, it's tremendous up here. See, that was the only man I ever knew who had all the answers.
Oh,
How are you all?
Well, we're fine. We're fine.
pretty sharp tonight.
Is Mother living with you?
No, she died a long time ago.
Oh,
Oh, no, that's too bad. Fine specimen of a lady, Mother.
who died?
I hope to see the old girl.
What do you mean you died?
What are you talking about?
Heard anything from Father, have you?
That's my bill, huh?
William, it's 8:30.
Well, look at the ace.
If you don't know how to play the game, then I'm not going to throw my money.
Where's my ace, for God's sakes?
Well, I'm through. I'm through.
When did Mother die?
Long ago, since the beginning, you never knew how to play cards, right?
Come over here to take 5 aces.
I don't play that kind of game.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Ignoramus. I've been waiting for you for so long. What's the answer? How did you get started?
Oh, there's a story in that.
Oh, is this Ben?
Oh, how do you do, my dear?
Well, Where have you been all these years, Willie? I always wondered
Where's
why.
Dad? Didn't you go try to locate him? And how did you get started?
Well, I don't know how much you remember.
Well, when you left, I was such a baby, of course, only 3 or 4 years old.
3 years and 11 months.
What a memory, man.
I have many enterprises, William, and I have never kept books.
I remember I was sitting underneath a wagon, and was it Nebraska?
It was South Dakota, and I gave you a bunch of
Oh,
wildflowers.
sure, the flowers. I remember, and I remember you walking down some open road.
I was going to find Father in Alaska.
Where is he?
Well, at that age, I had a very faulty view of geography, William. I discovered after a few days that I was headed due south, so instead of Alaska, I ended up in Africa.
Africa.
The Gold Coast.
Principally diamond mines.
Diamond mines.
Yes, my dear, but I've only a few minutes.
Oh no! Wait a bit. Boys! This is your Uncle Ben, a great man. Tell my boys, Ben.
Why, boys, when I was 17, I walked into the jungle. When I was 21, I walked out. And by God, I was rich.
I've been telling you the most remarkable things can happen.
I have an appointment in Ketchikan Tuesday week.
No, wait, Ben. Tell about Dad. I want my boys to know the kind of stock that they spring. All I remember was a man with a big beard, and I was sitting in Mama's lap around some open fire and some high music.
His flute. He played the flute.
Sure, the flute. That's right.
We would start off in Alaska. Father was a very great, a very wild-hearted man. We would start off, we would start off in Boston, and he'd toss the whole family into the wagon, and then he'd drive the team right across the country, through Ohio and Indiana, through Michigan, Illinois, and all the western states. And we'd stop in the towns, and he would sell the flutes that he'd made on the way. A great inventor, Father. With one gadget, he made more in a week than a man like you could make in a lifetime.
That's just the way I'm bringing them up, and rugged, well-liked all around.
Yeah? Well, get that boy hard as you can.
Oh, no, sir.
Come on, get to me.
Go ahead, show him, Biff.
Why must he fight, dear?
Okay.
Good boy, good boy.
How's that, Ben?
Hey, give him the left,
Why are you fighting? Look out, Bill! Oh!
Never fight fair with a stranger, boy. You'll never get out of the jungle that way. It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you, Linda.
Have a nice trip.
And good luck to your, what do you do?
Selling.
Yes, well,
No, Ben, I don't want you to think that. Well, it's Brooklyn, I know, but we hunt too.
really.
Oh, sure. There's snakes and rabbits. That's why I moved us out here. Hell, Biff, he could fell any one of these trees in no time. As a matter of fact, boys, go right over to where they're building that new apartment house, and I want you to get some sand. We're going to rebuild the entire front stoop right now. You watch this, Ben.
Yes, sir. On the double hop. Hey, I've lost weight. Did you notice, Pop?
Listen, they stealing more from that apartment building than Washington from Pop's on.
You shouldn't let Biff
You
go.
should have seen the lumber that they brought home for me last week. At least a dozen 6x10s worth all kinds of money. So
That Washington,
I gave him hell, you understand, but I got a couple of fearless characters there.
really, the jails are full of fearless characters.
And the stock exchange, friend.
Where the hell are the rest of your pants?
My wife,
Well, all you need is a golf club, and then you could go upstairs and go to sleep. It's a great athlete. Between him and his son Bernard, they can't hammer him down.
how's you in Portland this trip?
Oh, capitated. Man, I can't handle the volume.
He would have done better if they hadn't been closed for inventory.
I had the greatest week in my history.
The one who's chasing Biff!
Shut up, he's not stealing
Where is he?
anything.
Biff!
There's
Dear!
nothing wrong. What's the matter with you?
Nervy boy, good.
No nerves of iron, that Biff.
I don't
know how you do the business, Willie. Every New Yorker is coming back bleeding from New York. Can't sell a nickel for 3 cents. You're doing good, huh?
No, it's contacts, Charlie. I've got important contacts.
Good. Glad to hear it. Stop by later. We'll shoot some casino. I'll take some of your Portland money.
Well, business is bad, but not for me, you understand.
I'll stop by on the way back to Africa.
Oh, Ben, can't you just stay a few days? You're just what I need, Ben, because, you see, I've got a fine position here, but Dad, he left when I was such a baby. I never really got a chance to talk to him, so I still feel kind of temporary about myself.
I'll be late for the train.
Ben, can't we talk? My boys, you see, they go into the jaws of hell for me.
Williams, you're being first rate with your boys. Outstanding, manly chaps.
Yeah, that is good to hear. Sometimes I wonder if I'm teaching them. Ben, how should I teach them?
William, when I walked into the jungle, I was 17. And when I walked out, I was 21. And by God, I was rich.
It's just the spirit I want to imbue them with, Ben. To walk into a jungle. I was right. I was right. I was right.
Willie,
I was right.
did you have some cheese? It's very late. You come to bed, huh?
Gotta break your neck to see a star in this yard.
Come on in.
Whatever happened to that diamond fob watch? You remember when Ben came from Africa that time? Didn't he give me a watch fob with a diamond in it?
Oh, you pawned that, dear, 12, 13 years ago to pay for Biff's radio correspondence course.
That was a beautiful thing. I think I'll just take a look.
But in your slippers.
What a man. That was a man who was worth talking to. I was right.
You're in your slippers, Willie.
I was right.
What's he doing out there?
Shh.
Not almighty, Mom. How long has he been like this?
Don't. He'll hear you.
What the hell is the matter with him?
It'll pass by morning.
Well, shouldn't we do anything?
Oh, my dear, there are a lot of things you should do, but there's nothing to do, so go to sleep.
Never heard him so loud.
Oh, well, come around more often, you'll hear him.
Mom, why didn't you write to me about this?
How could I write to you? For over 3 months, you had no address.
I was on the move. But you know I thought of you every minute, don't you?
Oh, I know. But he likes to have a letter, just so that he knows there's the possibility for better things.
He's not like this all the time, is he?
He seems like it's always the worst when you come home.
When I come home.
Well, when you first write that you're coming home, he's happy and he's hopeful for the future and he's just wonderful. But then the closer you get, the more shaky he seems to become, and then by the time you're actually here, he's arguing and he seems to be angry with you. I think it's just that he can't bring himself to open up to you. You're always so hateful to each other. Why is that?
I'm not hateful, Mom.
But you no sooner come through the door than you're fighting.
I don't know. I need to change. I really do.
Are you home to stay now?
I don't know. I just want to see what's doing, you know?
If you can't see what's doing all your life, can you?
I just can't seem to take hold of some kind of life, Mom. I don't know.
Biff, a man is not a bird to come and go with the springtime.
Your hair. Your hair got so gray.
Oh, it's been gray since you were in high school. Just quit dyeing it, that's all.
Well, do me a favor. Dye it again. I can't have my pal looking old.
a boy. You think you can go away for a year and... Listen, you have got to start getting it through your head. One of these days, you're going to knock on this door and there's going to be strange people here.
You're not even 60, Mom.
But what about your father?
I met him too.
He admires Pa.
Biff, if you don't have any feelings for him, you can't have any feelings for me.
Sure I can.
No, you can't come just to see him. Because I love him. He is the dearest man in the world to me, and I won't have anyone making him feel unwanted and low and blue. Now you need to make up your mind. There's no leeway anymore. Either he's your father and you pay him that respect, or you're not to come here anymore. I know, he's not an easy man to get along with. Nobody knows that better than me, but...
Hey, Bimbo! What the hell is the matter with him?
Don't go near him.
Stop making excuses for him. He always wiped the floor with you. He never had an ounce of respect for you.
He always had respect for her.
What the hell do you know about
Hey,
it?
just don't call him crazy.
He's got no character. Charlie wouldn't do that. Charlie wouldn't steal that vomit from his mind.
Well, Charlie doesn't have to cope with what he's got to.
People have it worse off than Willie Loman, believe you me, I've seen him.
Well, then make Charlie your father, Biff. Can't do that, can you? I don't say he's a great man. Willie Loman never made a lot of money. He never had his name in the papers, and he's not the finest character that ever lived. But he is a human being, and a terrible thing is happening to him. Attention must be paid. He is not to be allowed to fall into his grave like an old dog. Attention! Attention must finally be paid to such a person. You called him crazy!
I didn't mean that he
Oh, no. There's a lot of people that think he's lost his balance. But you don't have to be very smart to know what the man's trouble is. He is exhausted.
Sure.
A small man can be exhausted just as easily as a great man. Man works for a company 36 years this March. Opens up unheard of territories to their trademark, and now, in his old age, they take away his salary.
I didn't know that, Mom.
Well, you never asked, my dear. Now that you get your spending money someplace else, you don't trouble your mind with him.
I gave you money last,
Christmas time, $50 to fix the hot water. It cost $97.50. For 5 weeks now, he has been on straight commission like a beginner and unknown.
Those ungrateful bastards.
Oh, are they any worse than his own sons? When he was young and he brought them business, they were glad to see him. But now, all of his old friends, all the old buyers, the ones who loved him so and could always be counted on to find some order to hand him in a pinch, they're retired, dead. He used to be able to make 6-7 calls a day in Boston. Now he takes his valises out of the car, he puts them back in, he takes them out again, and he's exhausted. Instead of walking, he talks now. Talking. He used to talk to everybody. And now he travels 700 miles. And when he gets there, nobody's glad to see him. Nobody welcomes him. And what goes through a man's head when he drives 700 miles home without having earned a cent? Why shouldn't he talk to himself? Why? When he's got to go to Charlie and borrow $50 a week and pretend to me it's his pay. How long can that go on? How long? You see what I'm sitting here waiting for? And you say he has no character. The man who never worked a day in his life but to benefit you. When does he get the medal for that? Is this his reward? To turn around at the age of 63 and find his sons, who he loved better than his life, one a philandering bum?
Mom!
That is what you are, my baby. And you? What happened to the love you had for him? You were such pals. How you used to talk to him on the phone every night. How lonely he used to be until he could get back home to you.
All right. I'll come back home and I'll give a job. I'll stay clear of him, that's all.
No, you can't come here and fight all the time.
Hey, he kicked me out of this house, you remember that?
Why did he do that? I never knew why.
Well, because I know he's a phony and he doesn't like anyone around who knows.
Why? Why a phony? What do you mean?
Never mind. That's between me and him. He'll settle for half my paycheck. He'll be all right. I'm going to sleep.
He won't be all right.
I hate this city, and I'll live here. Now, what do you want?
He's dying, Biff.
Well, why is he dying?
He's been trying to kill himself.
How?
God, I live from day to day.
Well, what are you talking about?
You remember I wrote you that he smashed up the car again in February?
Well?
Well, the insurance inspectors came. They said they have evidence. They said that all of these accidents the past year haven't been accidents.
How can they tell that? That's a lie.
Well, it seems that there's this woman, and this
What woman?
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What did you say?
No, nothing. I said what woman?
What about her?
Seems she was walking down the road, and she saw his car. She says that he wasn't driving very fast at all, and he didn't skid. She says that he came to that little bridge, and he deliberately smashed into the railing, and that it was only the shallowness of the water that saved him.
No, he probably just fell asleep at the wheel again.
I don't think he fell asleep.
Why not?
Last month, boys, it is so hard to tell you a thing like this. I was looking for a fuse. The lights had blown, and I went down the cellar. And behind the fuse box, it just happened to fall out. A rubber pipe, just short.
No kidding.
It had an attachment on the end of it. I knew right away. And sure enough, on the bottom of the gas heater, the water heater, there's a new little nipple on the gas line.
Oh, that jerk!
Well, did you have it taken off?
I'm ashamed to. How can I mention it to him? Every day when he leaves, I go down there and I take away that little rubber pipe. Oh, when he comes home, I put it back where it was. How can I insult him that way? Boys, I live from day to day. I don't know what to do. I'm telling you, I know it sounds silly and old-fashioned, but I know every thought that is in his mind. He's devoted his whole life to you boys, and you've turned your backs on him. Biff, I swear to God, Biff, his life is in your hands.
How do you like that damn fool?
All right, pal. I've been remiss. I know that. I'm coming home and I'll apply myself. It's just Mom, I don't fit in the business world. I'll try. I will.
Sure you will. The problem with you in business is that you never try to please people.
I know.
Like when you worked for Harrison's. Bob Harrison said you were tops. And then you go and do a damn fool thing like whistling whole songs in the elevator like a comedian.
So what? I like to whistle.
You don't raise a guy to do a responsible job who whistles in the elevator.
Well, don't argue about it now.
Or like whenever you go for a swim in the middle of the day instead of taking the line around.
Don't you take a break every once in a while when it's a nice summer day out? Don't you take a break?
Sure, but I cover myself.
Boys,
If I'm
now.
going to take a fake, the boss can call any number where I'm supposed to be, and they'll swear to him that I just left. And I'll tell you something I hate to say, Biff, but Some of them in the business world think you're crazy.
Well, screw the business
All
world!
right, great, screw it, but cover yourself, damn it!
You know what? You know what? Everybody in the business world thinks Dad is crazy. And you want to know why? Because we don't belong in this nut house of a city. We should be mixing cement on some open plain or carpenters. A carpenter can whistle!
Even your grandfather studied in the carpenter. You never grew up. If Bernard does not whistle on the elevator, I assure you.
How about you do, Pop?
I've never in my life whistled on an elevator. And who in the business world thinks I'm crazy?
Why do you gotta take it like that? Why do you always gotta make
Go
some kind of big thing out of it?
back to the West. Be a carpenter, a cowboy, and enjoy yourself.
Willie, he just was
I know what he
saying.
was saying. So they laugh at me, do they? Well, you go ahead and go to Filene's, go to the Hub, and go to Slatterly's Boston. You call out the name Willie Loman, and you see what happens. Big shot.
All right.
Big.
All right.
Why do you have to insult me?
I didn't say a word. Did I say a word?
He didn't say
All
anything.
right. All right. Good night.
Willie,
Oh,
dear, he
and
was
if
just
you get
saying.
tired of hanging around tomorrow, paint the ceiling I put up in the living room.
I'm leaving early tomorrow.
He's gonna go see Bill Oliver, huh?
Oliver, what for?
Well, he always said he would take me, so I thought I'd go into business. I thought I'd take him up on it.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Don't interrupt. What's so wonderful about it? There's 50 men in the city of New York who would stake it. Sporting goods?
Yeah, I know something about it.
He knows something about it. You know sporting goods better than Spalding, for God's sake. How much is he giving you?
I don't know, Pop. I'm meeting with him tomorrow.
What are you talking about?
I just told you I'm not meeting with him till tomorrow.
You're counting your chickens again.
Jesus, I'm gonna...
Don't curse in this house.
Hey, when did you start keeping it so
Don't
clean?
take that language with me. I won't have
Hey,
it.
wait a minute. I got an idea. I got a feasible idea. Come here, let's talk. Let's talk some sense here. Whenever I was down in Florida, I had a great idea to sell sporting goods. It just came back to me. You and I, Biff, we have a line, the Loman line. We train for a couple of weeks. We put on a couple of exhibitions. See?
That's an idea.
Wait. We formed 2 teams, huh? 2 basketball teams. No. 2 water polo teams, and we play each other. Oh, it's $1 million worth of publicity. 2 brothers, see? The Loman brothers. Displays in the Royal Palms, all the hotels, banners in the arena, and in the basketball courts. Loman brothers. Baby, we can sell sporting goods.
That's $1 million idea.
Oh, marvelous.
And the beauty of this, Biff, it would be like a business. It'd be out like we're out playing ball again.
Well, I'm in good shape as far as that's concerned, so...
And you wouldn't get tired of it, Biff. You wouldn't. Because it'd be the family again. It'd be the old comradeship, the old honor. And if you wanted to go for a swim in the middle of the day, well, you do it without some smart cookie getting up ahead of you, right?
You guys together could absolutely make the civilized world.
Oh, how wonderful.
I'm going to see Bill Oliver tomorrow, you know, if we could get that together.
Don't interrupt now. Now, don't wear a sports jacket and slacks when you see Oliver tomorrow.
No.
A business suit, and you talk as little as possible. And don't crack any jokes.
Well, he liked me. He always liked me.
He loved you.
You stop. Talking very serious. You are not applying for a boy's job. Money is to pass. Be quiet, fine, and serious. Everybody likes a kidder, but nobody gives them any money.
Hey, I'm trying to come up with myself. I'm sure I can.
There's some great things for you boys. I think your troubles are finally over.
Everything's changing.
Would you just let me talk?
Stop yelling at her.
I was talking, wasn't I?
I'm just telling you that I don't like it when you yell at her.
Taking over the house?
Willie.
Well, don't take his side all the time,
Stop!
goddammit it.
Yelling at her.
Give my regards to Oliver. He might remember me.
What did you have to go and start that for? You saw how sweet he was when you talked hopefully. Come up and tell him good night. Don't let him go to bed like this.
Yeah, come on, Biff. Let's go buck him up.
It takes so little to make him happy. Please, please come. Your pajamas are hanging in the bathroom, Willie.
They really broke the mold whenever they made her. You know that, Biff?
He's a
salary. They've got him working on street commission.
Well, he's no longer a hotshot selling man, but you have to admit, sometimes he's a sweet personality.
Can you do anything about the shower? It drips.
All of a sudden, everything falls to pieces. Goddamn plumbing on me soon. Hey, will you lend me $10? I want to get a new tie.
Hey, I'll take you to a place I know. Beautiful stuff. Wear one of my striped shirts tomorrow.
Hey, her hair got awful gray. She's getting really old, isn't she? Hey, I'm gonna go see Oliver tomorrow. I'm gonna knock him for a loop.
Hey, tell that to Pop. Come on, let's give him a whirl.
I think it's just $10,000. Hey,
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Biff. That's the old confidence I'm gonna need to see. Oh, you're gonna live with me, kid, and I'm telling you, Biff, any babe that you want.
I'm just wondering if Oliver will remember him. You think he might have?
What's the matter? You crazy? If he had stayed with Oliver, he'd be on top by now. Oh, you don't know the average caliber anymore. The average young man today, he's got a caliber of 0. The greatest thing for him in the world was for him to bum around.
Listen, hey, come on. Hey, Pop! Pop, we got something we want to say.
I'm glad to hear it, boy.
I wanted to say goodnight to you, sport.
Is that so? Well, good luck tomorrow. What do you want to say to me?
Just take it easy, Pop. Good night.
And if anything falls off the desk tomorrow when you're talking to him, like a package or something like that, don't you pick it up. They got office boys for that. Right?
I'll make a
Don't
big breakfast.
undersell yourself. Don't undersell yourself. No less than $15,000. Okay.
Good night, Mom.
Sleep well, dear.
So you got greatness in you, Biff. I see all kinds of greatness in you.
I'm getting married, Mom. Just wanted to tell you.
Good night, dear.
I just wanted you to know.
Keep up the good work.
Come on in, huh?
You remember that Evans Field game? Championship of the city?
Yeah, sure. Just try to relax. Shall I sing to you?
Sure, sing to me. When he came out, he was the tallest, you remember?
Oh, yes. And in gold.
Like a young god, some kind of Hercules or something like that. And the sun all around him. The way he waved to me up at the field. With the representatives of 3 colleges standing by and all those buyers I brought and the cheers when he came out onto the field. No. God Almighty, he'll be great yet. A star like that, magnificent, it never really can fade away.
Willie, dear, what does he have against you?
I'm just so tired. Don't talk anymore.
You talk to Howard tomorrow?
First thing in the morning. You just like it. Everything's gonna be all right. Hey. Look at the moon coming in between those buildings.
your petals fall. You're always brave, the kindest heart, with a hasty word you can't recall. So if I broke your heart last night, it's because I love you.
Yeah, they are.
You always are the one you love, the one you shouldn't hurt at all. You always take the sweetest rose and crush it till the petals fall. You always break the kindest heart with a hasty word you can't recall. So if I broke your heart last night, it's because I loved you most of all. You always hurt the one you love, the one you shouldn't hurt at all. You always take the sweetest rose, crush it till the petals fall. You always break the colors off with a hasty word you can't recall. So if I broke your heart last night, it's because I loved you most of all.
Okay. I was gonna say, we have no body cameras, right?
You want to take your money? Don't. It's sold out. Is that right? Sold out. I'm sure it's sold out. Well, I got my tickets, but I
Wonderful coffee. Meal in itself.
Let me fix you some eggs.
Ah, no, take a breath.
Oh. You look so rested, dear.
Oh, I slept like a dead one. First time in months. Imagine sleeping until 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. So, the boys left nice and early, huh?
Oh, they were out of here by 8 o'clock.
Oh, good work.
Biff was very changed this morning, and I cannot tell you how wonderful it was watching them getting together, getting ready together, and leaving in the morning together, and the smell of shaving cream in that house. Yes, and Biff's attitude was so hopeful. He was so eager to get downtown and talk to Oliver.
Yes, he's headed for a change. There's no doubt about it. There's simply a certain man that takes a little longer to get solidified.
Oh.
How did he dress?
His blue suit. Oh, he looks so handsome in that suit. He could be anything in that suit.
No question. No question at all. Jake, you know, on my way home today, I think I'd like to pick up some seeds.
But you've tried so many times, dear. Nothing grows back there. Not enough sun gets back there anymore.
Ah, you wait, kid. Before it's all over, I'm gonna get us a nice little place out in the country. And I'll raise some vegetables, maybe a couple of chickens.
You'll do it, yeah.
They'll get married, and they'll come and visit for a week. I'll build a guest house.
Oh.
'Cause I've got so many fine tools. I just need a little lumber and some peace of mind.
I sewed the lining.
I built 2 guest houses, that way they both come. So did he decide how much he was going to ask Oliver for?
Well, he didn't say, but I'd imagine 10 or 15,000. You were going to talk to Howard today.
I'm going to put it to him straight. He's simply got to take me off of the road.
Huh, right. And Willie, don't forget to ask for a little advance. We've got the insurance premium. It's the grace period.
Oh, and that's 100.
108.68. Because we're a little short again.
Why are we short?
Well, you had the motor job on the car.
Thank God didn't stew me.
Well, anyway, you got to pay for that. We've got 16 on the refrigerator.
But it just broke again.
Well, it's old, Willie.
I told you we should have bought a well-advertised machine.
But
Oh, Charlie, he bought a General Electric. It's nearly 20 years old, and it's still good, that son of a bitch.
Willie, dear.
Who ever heard of a Hearst Hastings refrigerator? For once in my life, I would like to own something outright before it's broken. I'm always in a race with the junkyard. I just finished paying for that car, and it's on its last legs. The refrigerator consumes belts like a goddamn maniac. They time those things. They time them. So that when you finally got them paid off, they're used up. Come on, come on.
Well, altogether, about $200 should carry us through. But, Willie, that includes the last payment on the mortgage. After this payment, Willie, the house belongs to us.
Been 25 years.
Biff was 9 years old when we bought it.
Well, that's a great thing to weather a 25-year mortgage.
It's an accomplishment.
All the cement and the lumber, the reconstruction I put into this place. There ain't a crack to be found in it anymore.
Well, it served its purpose.
What purpose? Somebody else will come along, move in, and that's that. If only Biff would take this house, raise a family. I'll be home early. Goodbye. It's late.
Oh, I forgot. You're supposed to meet them for dinner. Frank's Chop House on 6th near 48th Avenue.
Is that so? What about you?
Nope, just the 3 of you. They're gonna blow you to a big meal.
Gee, who thought of that?
Biff, he came to me this morning and said, "Tell Dad we're gonna blow him to a big meal. Be there 6 o'clock. You and your 2 boys are having dinner together."
That's really something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna knock out for I'm gonna come home with a New York job and an advance. God damn it, now I'm gonna do it.
That's the spirit,
I will
Willie.
never get behind the wheel of a car the rest of my life.
Oh, it's changing, Willie. I can feel it changing.
Without a question. Now goodbye. I'm late.
Oh, you got your glasses?
Yeah, I got my glasses.
And a handkerchief?
And a handkerchief.
And your saccharin?
And my saccharin.
All right, now. Don't forget, Frank's Chop House.
And will you please stop mending stockings in this house? At least while I'm in here. It gets me nervous. I can't tell you, please.
Frank's Chop House, 6 o'clock.
You know, maybe beets would grow out there.
But Willie, you've tried so many times.
Yeah, well, don't work too hard today.
Be careful on the subway stairs. Oh, just a minute, I'm coming. Don't hang up, I'm coming. Just a minute. Oh, Ben. I'm so glad you called. Yeah, sure, I just told him. Yes, he'll be there for dinner, 6 o'clock. Listen, I was just dying to tell you. You know that little rubber pipe I told you about? That it connected to the gas heater? Well, I finally decided to go down the cellar this morning and take it away and destroy it. But it's gone. Imagine! He took it away himself. It isn't there. When? Oh, then you took it. Oh, no, nothing. It's just that I'd hoped he'd taken it away himself. Oh, no, I'm not worried, darling, because this morning he left in such high spirits, it was like the old days. Did Mr. Oliver see you? Well, you wait there then. Goodbye, dear. Oh, you got your comb? That's fine. Goodbye, Biff, dear.
Can I see you a minute, Howard?
Come in, Willie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
I just need to talk to you just for a minute.
Oh, sure. Two minutes. You ever seen one of these things?
I just need to ask you a little favor.
The most terrific piece of machine I've ever seen. I've been up all night with it.
What is it?
It's a wire recorder. Had it delivery yesterday. It's been driving me crazy.
What do you do with it?
I bought it for dictation, but you can use it for anything you like. Now listen to this. I had it home last night, and listen to what I get this. Now this is my daughter. Listen to that kid whistle.
Oh, well, that's very lifelike, isn't it?
5 years old. Oh, get that tone.
No, you, Daddy.
She's crazy for me. That's me.
Oh, well, gee, you're very good.
Shush. Get this. Now this is my son.
Capital of Alabama is Montgomery. Capital of Arizona is
5 years old.
Oh, he'll make it an answer someday.
Capital of California.
Get that alphabetical order. What? The maid must have taken the thing off.
Oh. Well, it certainly is a fine machine,
Oh,
Howard.
shush, for God's sake.
It really is a fine machine, Howard. If you wouldn't mind taking it.
Wait a minute. This next one is my wife.
Go on. Say something.
I can't think of anything.
Talk. It's turning.
That was my wife.
Well, that...
I tell you, Willie, I'm gonna take my camera, my handsaw, and all my other hobbies, and out the door they go. This is the most fascinating relaxation I've ever had.
I think I'll get one for myself.
Sure, they only cost $150. You can't do without it. Let's say you want to listen to Jack Benny's, but you can't be there that time, so you tell the maid to turn the radio on, and this thing right here turns on automatically with it.
And then when you come home, you can...
When you come home, it can be a time, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you grab yourself a coat, you sit yourself down, turn this thing on, and boom, Jack Benny's in the middle of the night.
That is a terrific machine, Howard. I'm definitely getting one. Because so many times I think to myself when I'm on the road, what I must be missing on the radio.
Don't you have a radio in your car?
Oh, well, yeah, sure, but whoever thinks to turn it on.
Aren't you supposed to be in Boston?
Well, that's just what I want to talk to you about. Howard, you got a minute?
Sure. What's the trouble?
Well, you see, Howard,
You didn't crack up again, did you?
no, of course not. I just,
Oh, jeez, you had me worried there for a minute. So, what happened?
see, Howard, I've come to the decision that I'd rather not travel anymore.
Not travel at all.
Yeah.
What will you
Well,
do?
you see, remember that party that you had here at Christmas time? And you said to me that you tried to think of some spot for me here in town.
With us?
For sure.
Oh! Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't find anything for you, Willie.
I tell you what, Howard, and you see, the boys, they're all grown up. You understand? I don't need much anymore. If I could just take home $65 a week, I could swing it. Did you see?
Yeah, but
Howard,
Willie,
and I'll tell you why, Howard, because speaking frankly, just between the two of us, you understand. I'm just getting a little tired.
Oh, I can understand being tired, but Willie, you're a road man, and we run a road business. I mean, I've got half a dozen salesmen here on the floor.
You see, Howard, I've never asked a favor of any man. But I was with the firm when your father used to carry you in here in his arms. Your father, he came to me the day that you were born, and he asked me what I thought of the name, Howard. May he rest in peace.
I appreciate that, Willie, but if I had a spot, I'd slam you right in, but I don't have a single solitary spot.
Howard, all I need to set my table is $50.
But where am I going to put you,
Look,
kid?
it isn't a question of whether I can sell merchandise or not, is it?
No, kid, but it's business, and everybody's got to pull his own weight.
Let me just tell you a story. How? See, you don't understand these things. When I was 18, 19, I was already on the road. And there was a question in my mind as to whether selling had a future for me. Because in those days, I had a yearning to go to Alaska. You see, there were 3 gold strikes in 1 month in Alaska. I felt like going out just for the ride, you might say.
Is that so?
Sure. Well, sure, you see, my father, he lived many years in Alaska. He was an adventurous man. We got quite a little streak of self-reliance in our family. I was thinking about going up with my older brother, maybe try to locate, maybe settle in the north with the old man. I was almost decided to go when I met a salesman in the Ponca house. His name was Dave Singleton. He was 84 years old, and he drummed merchandise in 31 states. And old Dave, he'd go up to his room, he'd get the stand, he'd put on his green velvet slippers. I'll never forget them. And he'd pick up the phone, and he'd call the buyers. Without ever leaving his room, at the age of 84, he made his living. When I saw that, I realized that selling was the greatest career a man could want, because what could be more satisfying than to be able to go into 20 or 30 different cities, pick up the phone, and be remembered and loved and helped by so many different people. Do you know, when he died, and by the way, he died the death of a salesman, in his green velvet slippers and smoker of the New York, New Haven, and Hartford going into Boston. When he died, hundreds of salesmen and buyers were at his funeral. Things were sad on a lot of transfer months after that. You see what I mean now, Howard? In those days, there was personality. And Howard, there was respect and comradeship and gratitude in it. Today, it's all cut and dry. There's no chance for bringing friendship to bear or personality. They don't know me anymore.
That's just the thing.
All I need to set my table is $40. $40.
I can't take blood from a stone, kid.
The year Al Smith was nominated, your father, he came to me, and he said that if I were to just...
I've got to see...
Well, you just... Listen, I'm talking about your father. There were promises made in this office. Now you mustn't tell me you've got people to see. Howard, I put 34 years into this firm, and now I can't pay my insurance? You can't eat the orange and then throw the peel away. A man is not a piece of fruit. Now pay attention. Your father, in 1928, I had a big year. I averaged $170 a week in commission.
Now, Willie, you never
I
averaged...
averaged $170 a week in the year of 1928. And your father came to me. Rather, it was in this office here. It was right over this desk. He put his hand on my shoulder.
Willie! I've got to see some people. Pull yourself together.
You idiot. Pull myself together. What the hell did I say? My God, I was yelling at him. How could I? Frank, don't you remember when I came back with those 3 Newport accounts? You called me long distance to congratulate me. You put your hand on my shoulder and you...
Capital of New York is Albany. Capital of Ohio is Cincinnati. Capital of Rhode Island.
Howard! You just shut it off, please. Just shut it off. I need some coffee. I'll just go get some coffee.
Look,
And
Willie,
I'll go to Boston.
Willie, look. You can't represent us. I've been meaning to talk to you about this for some time now.
Howard, are you firing me?
I think you need a good, long rest.
Howard.
And when you feel better, you come back and we'll work something out.
I've got to work, Howard. I'm in no position to just laze around. Wait for you.
Where are your sons?
They've got a very big deal coming up, Howard.
Oh, this is no time for false pride, Willie. You go to your sons and you tell them you're tired. You've got 2 great boys, haven't you?
There's no question. There's no question.
Then that's
All right, no, I'll go to Boston tomorrow, right?
No.
Howard, I can't throw myself on my sons. I'm not a cripple.
Look, kid, I'm busy this morning, and I need
Howard,
you.
I need. Please, just let me go to Boston.
I've got a line of people to see this morning. Take 5 minutes and calm yourself down. And then go home, will ya? I need the office. And when you've got some time this week, stop by and drop off those samples. You'll feel better and we'll talk. Pull yourself together, kid. There's people outside.
How did you do it? What's the answer? Did you wind up the Alaska just so quickly?
Doesn't take much time if you know what you're doing. Just a short business trip. Boarding ship in an hour. Wanted to say goodbye.
And I've got to talk to you.
Haven't the time, William.
Nothing's working out. I don't know what to do.
Now look here, William. I bought timberland in Alaska, and I need a man to look after things for me.
Timberland. Me and my boys in those grand outdoors.
You've a new continent at your doorstep, William. Get out of these cities. They're full of talk and time payments and courts of law. Screw on your fists and you can fight for a fortune up there.
Yes, Linda! Linda!
I haven't much time.
Oh, wait. Linda.
Oh, you are back.
No, wait. He's got a proposition for me in Alaska.
But he's got a beautiful job here, but you've got
But in Alaska, kids, I could really make something.
No, you're doing well enough, Willie.
Enough for what, my dear?
Don't talk those things to him. Well enough to be happy right here, right now. Why must everyone always come to the world? You're well liked. The boys love you. And old man Wagner told you last week, he told him last week that if he keeps it up, he'll be a member of the firm, didn't he, Ben?
Sure. Well, sure, I'm building something with this firm here, Ben. And if a man's building something, he must be on the right track, mustn't he?
What are you building? Lay your hand on it. Where is it?
But that's true.
No. There's a man, 84 years old.
Yes, it's true, Ben. Every time I see that man, I say to myself, what is there to worry about? No, Ben, it's true. All he has to do is pick up the phone and he's making his living.
I've got to go.
But Ben, why am I wrong? Well, look at this boy here. Without a penny to his name, 3 great universities are begging for him. And from there, the sky's the limit. Because it's not what you do, Ben. It's who you know. And the smile on your face, it's contacts, Ben, contacts. The whole wealth of Alaska passes over the lunch table at the Commodore Hotel, and that is the wonder of this country, that a man can end with diamonds in his pocket, based on the basis of being liked. And that is why, when you go out on that field today, it is so important, boy, because thousands of people are going to be rooting for you and loving you. And then when he walks into any business office, his name is going to sound like a bell, and the doors will open for him. I've seen it 1,000 times, Ben. You can't touch it with your hands like timber, but it is there.
Goodbye, William.
Ben, am I right? Don't you think I'm right? I value your advice.
William, you've a new continent up there. You could walk out rich.
We're going to do it here, Ben. You hear me? We're going to do it here.
Gee, I thought you'd already left.
Why? What time is it?
1:30.
Ow! There it's field. Next stop. Where's the pennants?
Did you pack fresh underwear?
I got everything. I want to go.
I'll go in a minute, yes.
Hey, Biff, I thought I was carrying your helmet.
No, I'm carrying the helmet.
Oh, Biff, you promised.
I'm carrying the helmet.
How am I supposed to get into the locker room now?
Oh, let him carry the shoulder pads.
Gee, can't I, Biff? I told everybody I was going to be in the locker room.
In Ebbets Field, it's called the clubhouse.
I've been to the clubhouse.
Let him carry the shoulder guards.
Keep up with us, you hear?
Everybody wave to Biff when he comes out onto the field.
Biff. Now, Biff. Every muscle is ready, Pop.
You know what this means, don't you?
You got it.
This afternoon, you are coming home, the captain of the All-Scholastic Championship team of the city of New York.
And remember, Pop, whenever I make that touchdown and I take my helmet off, that means that touchdown is for you.
Come on, let's go! I got no room for you, Charlie.
Room where?
In the car.
Going for a ride? I thought we'd shoot some casino.
Don't you know what today is?
Oh, he knows, Willie. He's just kidding you.
That's nothing to care about.
I don't know what's going on.
He's playing at Ebbets Field today.
Baseball in this weather?
Don't talk to him. Come on.
Wait,
We're late.
Wait, didn't you hear the news?
What?
Oh, don't you listen to the radio?
What?
Ebbets Field blew up.
Go to hell. You just go to hell, Charlie.
Hey, knock
Come on, we're late.
Oklahoma.
I don't think that was very funny, Charlie. This is the greatest day of his life, you know.
Oh, Willie, what are you gonna crow up?
You know what, Charlie? You're going to be laughing out of the other side of your face after this game. They're going to be calling him another Red Grange, $25,000 a year.
Is that so?
Oh yeah, that's so.
Well, tell me one thing, Willie.
What?
Who's Red Grange?
Put up your hands, goddamn. You put up your hands. Who do you think you are? Better than everybody else? What do you do? You're not better than everybody else. What are you walking away for, you big, stupid, ignorant? Put up your hands! What are you walking away for? Don't walk away. You're going to say something like that. You say it to my face. I know you laugh at me behind my back. You're going to be laughing on the other side of your goddamn face after this game. Touchdown. Touchdown, 80,000 people! Touchdown right between the goalposts!
Say, Bernard, could you go out into the hall and take care of
What's that noise? Who is it?
It's Mr. Lumen. He just got off the elevator.
Who's he arguing with?
Nobody. There's nobody with him. I can't handle him anymore. Your father gets upset every time he comes in. I've got a lot of typing to do. Your father's going to sign in. Oh, would you just see him?
Jenny, it's nice to see you. How are you? You working or you still honest?
Fine.
Hello, Uncle Willie.
No. Look at who's here.
How are you? It's good to see
What
you.
are you doing here?
Just stop by to see Pop. Get off my feet for a few minutes. I'm headed to Washington.
Is he in?
He's in his office with the accountants. Come, sit down.
What are you gonna do in Washington?
Just this case I've got there.
You gonna play some tennis while you're there?
Oh, I'm staying with a friend who's got a pool.
Is that so? They own tennis court. They must be fine people like that.
They are. Very nice. So Dad tells me Biff's in town.
Oh yeah, Biff's in. He's working on a very big deal, Bernard.
What's Biff got?
Well, you see, he was doing very big things in the West, but he's decided to establish himself here. You understand? Very big. Oh, did I hear that your wife had a boy?
That's right. I'm sad.
Said so. 2 boys. What do you know?
So, what kind of deal's Biff got?
Oh, Bill Oliver. A very big sporting goods man. He called in long distance from the West. Long distance, carte blanche, special deliveries. Yeah. So your friends, they have their own private tennis court.
So you still with the old firm, Willie?
I'm overjoyed to see how you make the grade, you know. Overjoyed. It's an encouraging thing to see a man really, and things look very, very good for Biff. Bernard, what's the secret?
What's secret?
How did you? Why didn't he ever catch up? You were his friend. You were his boyhood friend. There's one thing I never understood about him. His life ended after that Ebbetsfield game. From the age of 17, nothing good ever happened to him.
He never trained himself.
But he did. He did. He took so many correspondence courses, radio mechanics, television, God knows what. But he never made the slightest mark. But no, I regard you as a very brilliant man. I value your advice.
To hell with the advice. I couldn't advise you. There's just one thing I've always wanted to ask. When he was supposed to graduate, and the math teacher phoned him.
That son of a bitch ruined his life.
Really, all he had to do was go to summer school and make up the subject.
That's right. That's right.
Did you tell him not to go?
Me? I ordered him to go.
Then why wouldn't he go?
Why? Why? Bernard, that question has been going around in circles over my head like a ghost for the last 15 years. He flunked the subject, then he laid down and died like a hammer hit him.
Take it easy.
Just let me talk to you, Bernard. I got nobody to talk to, you understand? Bernard, tell me, was it my fault? Maybe I did something to him. I got nothing to give him. Do you understand?
Oh, Willie, don't take it so
What
hard.
was, why did he lay down? What's the story again? You and his friend.
Willie, I remember it was June, and our grades came out, and he flunked math. No, he was ready to enroll in summer school.
What?
Biff wasn't beaten by it at all. But then, Willie, he disappeared from the block for almost a month, and I'd gotten the idea that... Did he go up to New England to see you? Willie?
He came to Boston. What about it?
It's just that when he came back, I'll never forget this. It always mystifies me. Because I thought so well of him. Even though he'd always taken advantage of me, I loved him, you know? And he came back after that month and he took his sneakers. Do you remember those sneakers with the University of Virginia printed on them? God, he was so proud of those. Wore them every single day. And he took those sneakers down into the cellar. He burned them up in the furnace. And the two of us, we had a fist fight that lasted half an hour. Just the two of us, punching each other and crying right through it. And it's funny that I knew right then he'd given up on his life. Willie, what happened in Boston? I only bring it up because you asked.
What do you mean? What happened? What does that got to do with anything?
Take it easy, kid.
What are you blaming it on me? What? If a boy lays down and dies, that's my fault?
Willie.
Well, don't talk those things to me, Bernard. What is that even supposed to mean? What happened? What do you mean?
Hey, you're gonna miss your train.
I gotta run. Thanks, Dad. And Willie, don't worry about it, okay? Remember, if at first you don't succeed...
Yes, I believe in that.
Willie, sometimes it's better for a man to just walk away.
Walk away.
That's right.
But if you can't walk away,
Yes, that's when it gets tough.
How do you like this kid, huh? Gonna argue a case in front of the Supreme Court.
Pop,
no, the Supreme Court.
I gotta run.
Knock him dead now.
The Supreme Court? He didn't even mention it.
He didn't have to. He's gonna do it.
You never told him what to do. You never showed any interest in it.
My salvation is I never took any interest in anything. Here's some money. $50. I got my accountant inside.
Charlie, look, I've got my insurance agency, and if you can manage it, I really could use 110. I'd take it out of the bank myself, you understand, but Linda would see it. I don't want to worry. I'm keeping an account of everything, remember?
Yeah, Willie,
I'm going to pay every penny back, you see.
listen. What are you doing? What's going on through your head? I have offered you a job. You can make $50 a week, and I won't send you on the road.
I got a job.
Without pay? What kind of a job is a job without pay? Now look, kid. Enough is enough. I'm no genius, but I know what I'm being insulted.
Insulted?
Why don't you go to work for me?
What's the matter with you? You've got a job.
Why do you keep coming in here every
Look,
week?
if you don't want me to walk in here, then for God's sake, I
offering you
won't.
a job.
I don't want your goddamn
When
job!
the hell are you gonna grow up?
You big ignoramus! You say that to me again and I'll wrap you one. I don't care how big you are.
How much do you need?
I'm strapped, Charlie. I'm strapped. I was just fired.
Howard fired
That's
you?
that was. Imagine that. I named him Howard.
Really, what are you gonna be like? So you named him Howard. But you can't sell that. The only thing we've got in this world is what we can sell. And the funny thing is you're a salesman, and you don't know that.
I always tried to think otherwise. I always felt that if a man was impressive and well-liked...
Why must everybody like you? Look at J.P. Morgan. Was he well-liked? In a Turkish bath, he looked like a butcher. With his pockets on, he was very well-liked. Now look, Billy, I know you don't like me, and I can't say that I'm in love with you. But I will give you a job because, for the hell of it, put it that way. What do you say?
I can't work for you, Charlie.
What are you, jealous of me?
I can't work for you, that's all. Don't ask me why.
You've been jealous of me your entire life, you damned fool. Here, pay your insurance.
I'm keeping strict accounts, do you understand?
I've got work to do. Take care of yourself. And pay your insurance.
It's funny, you know, after all the trains and the highways and the appointments and the years, you end up worth more dead than alive.
Billy, nobody's worth nothing dead. You hear me? Lily!
Apologize to Bernard for me, you see. I didn't mean to argue with him, he's a fine boy. They're all fine boys. They'll make it big. All of them. Someday they'll all play tennis together. I wish me luck, Charlie. He saw good all of them today.
Luck?
Charlie, you're the only friend that I've got. Isn't that remarkable?
Jesus.
That's all right, Mr. Lumen. I can handle this myself.
Oh, yeah. This is better.
Yeah, sure. You're in the middle of all kinds of noise. If you ever get a party, Mr. Lumen, you let me know and I'll put you right back here. You know, some people don't like it private. You know, they like to be in the middle of all the action because they can't stand to be in the house by themselves here, you see. But I know you. You ain't from Hackensack, if you know what I mean.
So how's it coming, Stanley?
Oh, it's a dog's life. If only during the war they took me in the army, I could have been dead by now.
Hey, my brother's back, you know?
Oh, your brother's back from the far west?
Yeah, big cattleman, my brother, so treat him right. Hey, my father's coming too.
Oh, your father too?
Yeah, you got a couple of nice lobsters?
100% big.
Hey, I want them with the claws.
Hey, don't worry, I don't give you no mice. How about some wine? It'll put a head on this whole meat.
No. Stanley, you remember that recipe I brought you from overseas? The stuff with the champagne in it?
Oh yeah, sure. I got it tacked up in the kitchen there, but it'll cost you $1 a piece.
Hey, that's all right.
What'd you do? Did you hit a number or something?
No. It's a little celebration. My brother is, well, I think he struck a big deal today. I think we'll go into business together.
Well, great. That's good because family business, if you know what I mean, that's the best.
And that's what I think.
Because, like, what's the difference if somebody steals? You know, it's in the family. What?
Notice I wasn't looking left or right, was I?
No.
And my eyes are closed?
Yeah.
Oh, Strudel's coming.
No, there's no. Well, geez, how do you know?
Oh, I got a radar or something, Stanley. Oh, Stanley.
I think that's for you, Mr. Woman.
Oh, God, look at that mouth. And the binoculars. Ooh.
Yep, you lead some life.
Hey, wait a minute, William.
Would you like a menu, ma'am?
I'm actually waiting on someone, but I.
Hey, why don't you bring her a... Oh, excuse me, miss. I sell champagne, and I want you to try my brand. Why don't you bring her a champagne, Stanley?
That's awfully nice of you.
Don't mention it. It's all company money.
Charming product to be selling, isn't it?
It gets to be selling like everything else. Selling is selling, you know.
I suppose.
Say, you don't happen to sell, do you?
No, I don't sell.
Or would you object to a compliment from a stranger? You look like you ought to be on a magazine cover.
Well, I have been.
And Stanley, what'd I tell you before? She's a cover girl.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Sure. Sure.
Thank you.
You know what they say in France about champagne, don't you? It's the drink of the complexion. Oh, hiya, Biff.
Hello, kid. Sorry I'm late.
How'd you got here?
Forsyth.
Miss Forsythe, this is my brother.
Is Dad here?
You might have heard of him. Great football player.
Really? What team?
Are you familiar with football?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, Biff is a quarterback for the New York Giants.
Wow, that is impressive, isn't it?
Good health.
I'm happy to meet you.
Hey, that's my name, Happy. Well, it's actually Harold, but that's what they call me at West Point. It's Happy.
Oh, I see. How do you do?
Hey, isn't Dad here yet? Hey, do you want her?
No, I can never make that.
Oh, I remember a time in my life that idea would never pop into your head. Where's the old confidence, Biff?
I just saw Bill
Oh,
off.
wait a minute. I gotta see that old confidence again. Do you want her? She is on call.
No.
Hey, watch this, please. Hey, are you busy, honey?
I am, but I can make a phone call.
Hey, do that, will you? And bring a friend. We'll be here for quite a while. Biff is one of the greatest football players in the country.
Well, I am certainly happy to meet you.
Go back soon.
I'll try.
Oh, don't try, honey. Try hard. Oh, isn't that a shame? A beautiful girl like that. See, Biff, this is exactly why I can't get married. There's not a good girl in 1,000 years that can ever...
Pap, look,
I told you she was on call.
cut it out. I want to tell you something.
Did you see Oliver?
I did. I saw him. I want to tell Dad something, and I want you to help me.
What, is he gonna back you?
Are you crazy?
You're out of your goddamn head. Why? What happened?
I've had the strangest day. I'm all numb, I swear.
You mean he wouldn't see you?
I waited for him all day. I kept sending my name.
Well, he remembered you, didn't he?
He finally came out, and he didn't recognize who I was. I felt like such an idiot.
Did you tell him my Florida idea?
Saw him for 1 minute. How the hell did I ever get it in my head that I was a salesman for Bill Oliver? I even believed myself I was a salesman for him. We've been talking in a drink for 15 years. I was a shipping clerk.
What'd you do?
Well, he went out, and then his secretary left, see, and I was all alone in there. I was so mad I could have torn the walls down. And before you know it, I'm in his office. Panel walls, everything. Half I took his fountain pen.
Oh, jeez, did he catch you?
I just ran out. I ran down all 11 flights. I ran and ran.
Oh, that was awful dumb, Biff. What'd you do that for?
I don't know. I just got the feeling that I needed to take something. I don't know. You gotta help me tell Dad.
What for? Are you crazy?
He's gotta understand that I'm not the kind of man you lend that sort of money to. He thinks I've been spiting him all these years and it's eating him up.
Hey, that's just it. You tell him something nice. Say you got a lunch date with Oliver tomorrow.
What do I do tomorrow?
Well, you leave the house tomorrow, you come back later that night, and you say, Oliver's got to think it over. Then it thinks it over for a couple of weeks, and gradually it fades away, and nobody's the worse.
It'll go on forever.
Hey, Dad is never so happy as whenever he's looking forward to something.
Oh, hello, Scout.
Here.
Hey,
Hello,
Stanley!
Dad.
Stanley!
You want a drink?
Sure, I don't mind.
Let's get a load on.
You look worried.
No. Scotch is all around. Make it doubles.
Doubles. Right. You had a couple already, didn't you?
Just a couple, yeah.
So what happened? What, did everything go all right?
Pal, I've had an experience.
Hey,
today.
terrific, Pop.
Is that so? What happened?
Well, I'm going to tell you everything from first to last. Well, I waited quite a while for him, and
For all of it?
yeah, for all of her. And well, I'll tell you as a matter of fact. And that a couple of instances, facts, they came back up to me, you know. And whoever was it who said that I was a salesman for Bill Oliver?
When you were.
I wasn't. I was a shipping clerk.
But you were practically the
I don't
best.
know who said it first, but I was never a salesman for Bill Oliver.
What are you talking about?
Okay, let's stop pulling around. We're not going to get anywhere that way.
No, you
I was a
listen to me.
shipping clerk.
You listen to me.
Hey, will you let me finish?
No, I'm not interested in any stories of the past or any kind of crap of that kind because the woods are burning. Boys, do you understand me? There's a big blaze going on all around. I was fired today. I was fired. And I'm looking for a little good news to tell your mother. Because the woman has waited and the woman has suffered. And the gist of it is, Biff, I haven't got a story left in my head, so please don't give me a lecture about facts and aspects. I'm not interested. Now, what have you got to say to me? Did you go see Oliver?
Jesus, that.
You telling me you didn't even go up there?
Sure, he went up there.
I saw him.
Well, what
How
kind
could
of
they fire
welcome
you?
did he give you?
They won't even let you work on
I'm
commission?
out, so please tell me. He gave you a warm welcome?
Sure, Pop, sure.
I was wondering if he would remember you. Imagine, man doesn't see him for 10 or 12 years and he gives him that kind of welcome.
Damn right, Pop.
You know why he remembered you, don't you? It's because you impressed him in those days.
Let's talk quietly and get down to
Well,
facts.
sure,
all right?
it helps. Great news. Biff, so tell me, did he take you into his office and did you talk in the waiting room?
Well, he talked, see, and
Oh, he's a fine man. He's a very hard man to see, you understand.
I know.
Is that where you had the drinks?
just no.
He told me my Florida idea.
What did he think of the Florida idea?
You're not letting me explain it.
Well, I've been waiting for you to explain it since I sat down here. What the hell happened? He took you into his office and then what?
Oh, well, I talked, and he listened.
Oh, Spanish
See,
for
and-
the way he listens. So what was his answer?
Well, his answer. Dad, you're not letting me tell you what I want to tell you.
You didn't see him, did you?
I did see him.
You insulted him or something? What, you insulted him, didn't you?
Will you let me out of it? Will you just let me out of it?
Just tell me what happened.
I can't talk.
Mrs. Loman, Mrs. Loman.
Just tell him what happened.
Shut up and leave me alone.
No, you had to go and flunk math.
Flunk what? What are you talking about?
Mrs. Loman, Mrs.
Math,
Loman.
math.
Take it easy, Bob.
Mrs. Loman.
If you hadn't flunked math, you'd be set by
I'm
now.
gonna tell you everything, and you're gonna listen to me.
Mrs. Loman.
I waited for 6 hours. I kept sending my name in all day, but he wouldn't see me. So finally, he...
Biff flunked math.
No!
They flunked him and they won't graduate him.
Oh, they have to. He's got to go to the university. Where is he? Biff?
No,
Biff?
he went to Grand Central.
You mean he went to Boston?
Is Uncle Willie in Boston?
Oh, maybe Willie can talk to the teacher. Come on. Oh, the poor boy.
Well, I'm all washed up with Oliver. See? Are you listening to me?
Sure, if you hadn't flunked.
Flunked what? What are you talking about?
Everything on me. I'm not the one who flunked math. You did. What pen?
That was awful dumb, Biff. A pen like that.
That's just what I was explaining to you.
You stole Bill
I
Oliver's
didn't exactly steal it. That's just what I was explaining to you.
He had it in his hand, and whenever Oliver walked in, he got nervous, so he stuck it in his pocket.
Oh my God, Biff!
I never intended to do it.
Charms, good evening.
I'm not in my room.
Dad, what's the matter?
Bringing Mr. Loman for you.
Not there! Stop it! Hey, Pop, look. I'll make good somewhere.
No, you're no good. You're no good for nothing.
I am, Dad. Hey, look, I'll make good somewhere. Now, just sit down. Talk to me.
No, no, no.
He'll strike something.
Oh, no.
Hey, Pop, look at me. Look at me. Hey, I'm telling you something good. I went to Bill Oliver today, and I talked to him and his partner. Hey, are you listening to this? I went and I talked to his partner, and he came to me. He said it's just a question of the amount.
You got it?
He's gonna be terrific, Pop.
You got
No,
it?
Pop,
You got
Pop,
it.
look, hey. I have a lunch date with them tomorrow, but I'm just telling you this so you know that I can still make a good impression. I can't go to that lunch tomorrow.
Fine, you simply got
The
it.
pen, Dad.
You gave it back to him. Tell him it's an oversight.
Sure, have lunch
I
tomorrow.
can't say that.
You were doing a crossword puzzle. You accidentally used his pen.
I stole that carton of basketballs all those years ago. I come back in with this fountain pen now. That clinches it. I can't go back and face him like that.
Don't you want to be anything?
Pop, how can I go back?
You don't want to be anything. That's what's behind this.
Don't take it that way. You think it was easy for me to go back in there? A team of horses couldn't have drugged me back in there to see Bill Oliver.
Then why did you go?
Why did I go? Why did I go? Look at you. Look at what's become of you.
Biff, listen to me. You are going to that lunch tomorrow. Oh, I swear to God.
I haven't gotten a point.
Are you fighting me?
Don't take it that way, goddammit.
Little louse, are you fighting me?
Hey, I'm no good. Can't you see that?
Hey, you two on a restaurant? I'll cut it out to both of you. Oh, hello, girls. Come in, sit down, sit down.
I got some wine as well. This is Letta.
Oh, how are you, miss? Oh, what do you drink?
Letta might not be able to stay long.
Oh.
I gotta get up very early tomorrow. I got jury duty.
Oh.
Are you fellas ever on a jury?
No, but I've been in front of one.
No.
This is my father.
Sit down, Miss Paul.
Yeah, sit him down, Biff.
Hey, come on, Slugger. And drink us under the table. To hell with it. Hey, sit down.
Really? Are you going to answer the door?
Hey, where are you going?
Open the door.
The door.
Watch for the door. Where's the door?
Are you going to get up?
Straight down.
Get up! Get up! Get up! I think it's sweet that you bring your daddy along.
Oh, he's not really your father.
Hey, Miss Forsythe. You've just seen a prince walk by. A fine, troubled prince. A hard-working, unappreciated prince. A pal. A good companion always for his boys.
That's so sweet.
So, what's the program, girls? We're wasting time. Hey, gather around, Biff, gather around. Where would you like to go?
Hey, why don't you do something for me?
Me?
Don't you give a damn about him?
What are you talking about?
I can sense it. You don't give a good goddamn about him. That's what I found in myself. Don't you know what that means? You can do something for him.
Me?
I can't.
Who runs up? Who goes away and just
You understand what
disappears?
this means? He's gonna kill himself. You understand that?
Don't I understand it? Me?
Help him out. Help him. Help me. Help me.
Hey,
I can't bear to look at his face.
Hey, where are you going?
What's he so mad about?
Come on, girls, we'll catch up to him.
I don't like that temper of his.
Nah, he's just a little overstrong. He'll be all right.
Don't you want to tell your father?
No, that's not my father. That's just some guy. Hey, come on, girls. We'll catch up to Biff, and honey, we're gonna paint this town. Just you wait. Hey, Stanley, where's the jet? Stanley. Come on.
Mr. Lumen? Mr. Lumen? Stop laughing? Will you stop?
Aren't you going to answer the door? It'll wake the whole hotel.
I'm not expecting anything.
You should get yourself another drink. Stop being so damn self-centered.
I'm so lonely.
No. You ruined me, Willie. You ruined. From now on, when I come to the office, I'll see that you go right through to the buyers.
And it's nice of you to say that.
Gee, you are self-centered. I'm so sad. You are the saddest, most self-centered soul I ever did. Seesaw? Come on in, drummer boy. It's silly to be resting in the middle of the night. Aren't you going to answer the door?
They're knocking on the wrong door. It's just a
Then
mistake.
tell them to go away.
There's nobody there. What are you talking about?
Getting on my nerves. There's somebody standing out there, and it is getting on my nerves.
All right. For God's sake, just get in the bathroom and don't come out. I think there's a law about it in Massachusetts or something, so don't come out. It's probably just that new room clerk. He looked very mean. So please, just don't come out.
Why didn't you answer the door?
What are you doing in Boston?
Why didn't you answer the door? I've been knocking for 5 minutes. I used to call you on the telephone.
I was in the bathroom and I had the door shut. Man, what's going on?
Dad, I let you down. Dad.
What's this about? Just come on. Let's get you downstairs, right? I'll get you a malted whiskey.
Dad, I flunked math.
Not for the term.
For the term, I don't have enough credits to graduate.
You mean to say that Bernard wouldn't give you those answers?
He did, he tried, but I only got a 61.
And they wouldn't give you 4 points?
Birnbaum refused, absolutely. That's why I need you to go down to the school before they close, because if he saw the kind of man that you are, and you talked to him in the way that you could, I'm sure he would give you those points. You know, the class was right before practice, so I didn't go enough. And, well, Poppy liked you. If you can talk to him in the way that you could, I'm sure he'd give you those points.
Go on. We'll head right back.
Oh, good work, Pop.
Go on. Go head straight down. Tell the clerk that I'm checking out. Go right now.
Yes, sir. Well, the reason that he hates me is one time he was late for class, and so I got up in front of the whole class and I imitated him at the blackboard with a lift.
Yeah, so what did the kids think?
Oh, they nearly died laughing.
Said so? So what did you do?
The square root of 63 is... Somebody got in your back?
No, that's just
There's somebody in your back.
No, that's just the party next door. It's just a party. I'm telling you.
Can I come in? Come clean your bathtub, Willie, and it's moving.
You better head back. They must be finished painting by now. They were painting her room, you understand. So I let her shower here. So you better go back now. Go on.
I've got to get
No,
dressed.
you see, this is Miss Francis. If she's a buyer, they were painting. Go back, Miss Francis. Go back now.
I'll get dressed and then I can...
No, go back.
Really?
Go back.
Really? Where are my stockings?
What are you
brought us
talking
the
about?
stockings?
I don't have any stockings here.
You had 2 pairs of size 9 shears and I want them.
Here, for God's sake, now get the hell out of here, will you?
Certainly. Nerve.
Yeah.
Just hope there's nobody out in the hall, that's all I hope. Football or baseball?
Football.
That's me too. Good night.
Well, I want to head back first thing in the morning. I want to get to that school, right? You go ahead and you go get my suits. I'll take care of these phones. What the hell's the matter? Sugar? Biff, what's the matter? She's, like I said, she's a buyer. They were just painting the room, you understand? So I had to. You wouldn't think that I would do something. Biff, she's alive. She sees merchandise in the room. They gotta keep it looking for so. You go get my suits. Biff. Biff, I gave you an order. Is this what you do when I give you an order? How dare you cry? Biff, look, you mustn't overemphasize a thing like this. When you grow up, you'll understand. I'll go see Birnbaum first thing.
Never mind.
Fine, he's gonna give you those points. I'll see to it.
He wouldn't listen to you.
He would certainly will listen to me. You need those points for the U of Virginia.
I'm not going there.
Biff, if I can't get him to change that mark, he'll make it up in summer school. You got all summer, my boy.
Dad.
My boy, listen.
You gave him Mama stockings.
I gave you an order.
You touch me, you
I
liar.
apologize for that.
Fake! Phony little fake! Fake!
Biff! Biff, you come back here now! Come back here or I'll beat you! Biff! Come back here! I gave you an order! Biff! I gave you an order! Come back here!
Hey, let's pick it up, Mr. Lumen. Your boys left. They said they'll see you at home.
We were supposed to have dinner together.
Can you make it?
Let me make sure I can make it. Do I look all right?
You look fine. You look fine. Oh, no, you don't have to. Your son already paid me.
Thank you. You're a good boy. Here's some more.
Oh,
I don't need it anymore. I don't need it anymore. Tell me, Sarah seed store in this neighborhood?
Seeds? You mean like the plants?
For sure. Carrots, peas.
Sure, I think on 6th Avenue, but I think it might be too late.
Oh, I better hurry. I gotta get some seeds. I gotta get some seeds right away. Nothing's plants and I don't got a thing in the ground.
Well, what are you looking at?
What are you doing up? Where's Pop? Is he sleeping?
Where were you?
Oh, Mom, we met a couple of girls tonight, Mom. Very fine types. Here, we bought you some flowers, Mom. Put them in your room. Now, what'd you do that for, Mom? I wanted you to have some flowers.
Don't you care whether he lives or dies?
Come upstairs, Biff. Shut up. What do you mean, lives or dies? Nobody's dying around here in town.
Get out of my sight. Get out of here.
Where is he?
You are not talking to
I want to
him.
talk to the boss.
You invite him for dinner? He looks forward to it all day and then you desert him there. There's no stranger you'd do that to.
Listen, whenever I desert him, I hope I don't outlive the day.
Did you have to go to women tonight? You and your lousy rotten whores.
All we did was follow Biff around trying to cheer him up. Boy, what a night you gave me.
Get out of my sight, both of you, and don't come back. I won't have you tormenting him anymore. Go on, pack your things and get out. You can sleep in his apartment. And clean that up. I'm not your maid anymore. Clean it up, you bum, you. pair of animals. Not one, not another living soul would have had the cruelty to walk out on that man in the middle of a restaurant.
Is that what he said?
He didn't have to say anything. He was so humiliated he practically limped when he came in.
Oh, Mom, he had a great time.
Shut up! And you didn't even go to see if he was all right?
No. I didn't. I left him out on the toilet. How do you like that?
Louse.
You got it. Got it right on the head there, Mom. I'm the scum of the earth, and you're looking at it. Now, where's the boss?
Get out of here.
He and I are going to have an abrupt conversation.
You are not talking to him. Get out of this house.
Hey, what's he
Not
doing out
if you
there?
leave him alone.
What's he doing out there?
He's planting a garden.
Now? Oh my God.
Leave him alone.
Please, Woodridge, bud. Rose, 1 foot rose. 1 foot. Lettuce, beets, 1 foot. It's a remarkable proposition. It's terrific. It's terrific. She suffered then. The woman has suffered, you understand me? The man, he can't go out the way he came in. The man, he's got to add up to something. He can't. And you gotta consider now. Don't answer so quick. It's a guaranteed $20,000 proposition, you understand? It changes all the aspects. Now, Ben, I want you to go through the ins and outs of this thing with me, because I've got nobody to talk to, Ben. That she suffered, you hear me?
What's the proposition?
It's $20,000 on the barrel net. Bill Catch guaranteed, you understand?
You don't want to make a fool of yourself. They might not honor the policy.
How can they dare refuse? Didn't I work like a coolie with me every premium on the nose? And now they don't pay off, it's impossible.
It's called a cowardly thing, William.
Why? Why does it take more guts to stand here the rest of my life, ringing up a zero?
That's a point, William. And 20,000, that's something one can feel with the hand. It is there.
That's the beauty of it, man. I see it up there like a diamond. Hard and rusted, I can pick it up and I can touch it in my hand. Not like an appointment. This would not be another damn fool appointment. It changes all the aspects, you see, because he thinks I'm nothing. You see, so he spites me. But the funeral, man, that funeral will be massive. They'll come from all over, Maine, Massachusetts, Vermont, all the old timers with the strange license plates. That boy will be thunderstruck because he never understood me. I know New York, Rhode Island, New Jersey. I know Ben. He'll see it with his eyes once and for all. He'll see what I am, Ben. Oh, he's in for a shock, that boy.
He'll call you a coward.
No, that would be terrible.
Yes, and a damn fool.
I won't have that.
He'll hate you, William.
Ben, how do I get back to the good times? It used to be so full of light and comradeship, and the sleigh riding in the winter, and the ruddiness in our cheeks, and always something nice, always some good news coming up ahead, and never letting me carry my valises in the house, and simonizing that little red car. Why can't I give him something and not have him hate me?
Let me think about it. I still have a little time. Remarkable proposition, but you've got to be sure you're not making a fool of yourself.
Pop. Where the hell is that scene? Can't see nothing out here the way they boxed in the whole goddamn neighborhood.
Pop, I'm gone, and I'm not coming back
What,
anymore.
you're not gonna see all of it tomorrow?
Dad, I've got no point.
He put his arm around you. You've got no appointment, but you don't.
Now, will you? Every time I've left this house, it's been because of a fight. Yesterday, I realized something about myself. I tried to tell you that I think I'm just not smart enough to make any sense out of it for you. The hell with whose fault it is or anything like that. Now come inside, let's tell Mom.
No, I don't want to see her.
Come on.
No, I don't want to see her.
Why don't you want to see her?
Don't bother me, will you?
What do you mean you don't want to see her? You don't want I'm calling you yellow, do you? It's not you, it's me. I'm a bum. Now come on, let's tell Mom.
Did you plant here?
We had it out. I'm going and I'm not writing anymore.
I really think that's the best way, dear, because there's no use drawing it out. You'll just never get along.
Anybody ask where I am or what I'm doing? You don't know and you don't care.
But
So clear it out, right? You can start bragging it up again. What do you say, Scout?
Shake his hand, Willie.
there's no necessity in mentioning that man at all. You understand that I haven't got an
Appointment.
Put his arm around you. You've got no appointment.
That's not what it is. There's no use in arguing about it. If I strike oil, I'll send you a check. Meantime, forget I'm alive.
Spite, see?
Shake hands.
Stop fighting it.
I didn't want to go like
Well,
this.
this is the way you're going. Goodbye. May you rot in hell if you leave this house!
Exactly what is it you want from me?
I want you to know that on the trains, in the mountains, in the valleys, that wherever you go, that you cut down your life for spite.
No. No!
Spite! Spite is the word of your undoing. And when you're down and out, you remember what did it. When you're rotten beside a railroad track somewhere, you remember. And don't you dare blame it on me.
I'm not blaming it on you.
I will not take the rap for this.
That's just what I'm trying to explain to
You're trying to
you.
put a knife in my back. Don't think I don't see what you're trying to do.
All right, phony. Let's lay it on the line.
Biff!
You crazy.
Stop! Don't move it!
What's that?
You know what it is.
I saw that.
You saw it! The mice didn't bring it into the cellar, did they? What's that supposed to do? That's supposed to make me feel sorry for you?
Heard of it.
There'll be no pity for you. No pity for you.
You hear the spite?
And you cut it out now. We never told the truth in this house for 10 minutes. We always told the truth. You big blow. Were you the assistant buyer, or are you one of two assistants to the assistant buyer?
Well, I'm practically...
You're practically full of it. We all are. And I'm through with it. This is me, Willie.
I know you.
Oh, you know why I didn't have an address for 3 months? I stole a suit in Kansas City and I was in jail. Hey, stop crying, I'm through with it.
I suppose that's my fault.
I stole myself out of every good job since high school. Whose fault is that? You blew me so full of hot air, I couldn't take orders from anybody. That's whose fault it is.
I hear that.
I had to be boss big shot in 2 weeks. And I'm through with it.
Then hang yourself. For spite. You hang yourself.
No! Nobody's hanging himself, Willie! Who's in that office building? Are you listening to me? Hey, I stopped in the middle of that office building today and I stopped. You hear this? I stopped in the middle of that office building today. I saw everything I love in this world. The work, and the food, and the time to sit and smoke. And I looked at this man and I said, what the hell am I doing this for? Why am I trying to be what I don't want to become? Why am I making a contemptuous, begging fool of myself when everything I want is out there waiting for me to say I know who I am? Why can't I say that, Willie?
The door of your life is wide open.
Bob, I'm a dime a dozen, and so are you.
I am not a dime a dozen. I am Willie Loman, and you are Beth Loman.
I'm a bucket owl, Willie. I've tried 7 states and I couldn't raise it. I'm a bucket owl. You get what I mean? I am not a leader of men, Willie, and neither are you. You have never been anything more than a hard-working drummer left in the ash can like the rest of them. I'm not bringing home any more prizes. Pop, and you're going to stop waiting for me to bring them home.
You spiteful mutt.
Pop! I'm nothing! I'm nothing! Can't you understand that? I'm just what I am. I'm just what I am.
What is he doing? What's he doing? Why is he crying?
We let me out. We're in that phony dream before something happens. I'll leave in this morning. Put him to bed.
Isn't that remarkable? If he likes me.
He loves you, Willie.
You always did, Pop.
He cried. He cried to me. That boy's going to be magnificent.
Yes, outstanding. With 20,000 behind him.
Well, it's all settled now, dear. So come to bed.
No, sure. Come on. Go to sleep, man. Go to sleep.
Yes, and it does take a great kind of man to crack the jungle.
Get married, Pop. Don't you forget it. I'm going to change everything, and I'm going to run that store before the year's up. You'll see.
The jungle is dark and full of diamonds, Willie.
Be good, dear. Go on up.
Night, Pop.
One must go in to fetch a diamond out.
Come on up now, huh?
Just let me settle down. I just want to settle down for a little while.
I want you upstairs.
You go ahead. I just a few minutes. I couldn't sleep right now. I couldn't sleep right now. You go on ahead. You look so tired.
Not like an appointment at all. The diamond is rough and hard to the touch.
Come right up.
I think this really is the best thing here.
Best thing.
Everything's going to be all right. You go on ahead, kid. You look so tired.
Come right up.
2 minutes. He loved me. He always loved me. Isn't that remarkable, man? He'll worship me for it.
It's darker, but it's full of diamonds.
You imagine that magnificence with $20,000 in his pocket. With $20,000 in his pocket.
Come on up, Willie.
Yes. Yes, I'm coming. It's very smart. You realize that, don't you, sweetheart? Even Ben sees it. Goodbye. And when the mail comes, he'll be ahead of Bernard again.
Perfect proposition all around.
Right? Did you see the way he cried to me? If I could kiss him, Ben.
Time, William,
I
time.
always knew that we were going to make it, Biff and I.
The boat will be late.
When you get on that field, boy, I want a 70-yard boat. And get right down the field under the ball and hit low and hit hard. Because it's important, boy. There's all kinds of important people in the stands, and the first thing you know will be... Ben? Where do I go? Ben, how?
Willie? Willie, answer me. Willie! No!
Ah!
You could Christmas on the shore.
It's getting dark.
I'll have him on. We'll be closing the gates soon.
He had no right to do that. There was no necessity for him. We would have helped him.
Let's go, Mom.
Why didn't anybody come?
It was a lovely funeral.
Come on.
I don't understand it. At this time especially. For the first time in 35 years, we were almost free and clear. He only needed a little salary. He was even done with the dentist.
No man only needs a little salary.
There were good times too. You remember when he would come home from a trip? Or on Sundays? And when he built the stoop? And he put on the garage, and the cellar, and the extra bathroom. Charlie, there was more of him in that stoop than there was in all the sales he ever made.
Yeah. He was a happy man with the back of cement.
He was so wonderful with his hands.
His dreams were wrong. All wrong.
Hey, don't say that.
The man never knew who he was.
That's an insult.
Nobody. Just blame this man. You don't understand. Willie was a salesman. For a salesman, there's no rock bottom to life. You don't put a nut to a bolt or tell you the law. Give you no medicine. He's a man way out in the blue, riding on a smile and a shoe shine. And when they start not smiling back, that's an earthquake. And you get a couple spots on your hat and you're finished. Nobody. Just blame this man. A salesman has got a dream, boy. Comes with the territory.
Charlie, the man never knew who he was. Why don't you come out west with me, huh?
No, I'm not licked that easily. I'm gonna stay right here in this city, and I'm gonna beat this racket. The Loman brothers!
I know who I am, kid.
All right, boy, well, then I'll show you. And I'll show everyone that Willie Loman did not die in vain. He had a good dream. It's the only dream worth having. To come out #1 man. He fought it out there, and this is where I'm gonna win it for.
Let's go, Mom.
I'll be with you in a minute. Go on, Chuck. I want to... Just a minute. I never had a chance to say goodbye. Willie, dear, forgive me. I can't cry. I don't understand it. I can't cry. It seems to me that you're just on another trip. I keep expecting you. Why did you do it, Willie? I've searched and searched and I've searched and I can't understand it.